YouTube. What up? Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, for sure, bro. It's been a day. What's up? You just sent a request, Hidden Potential. I'm gonna assume you did it by accident, so. Whew. It's gonna be an interesting night, guys. It should be a good one, y'all. 10K, baby. 10K. Thank you to everybody. Yeah, we hit 10K on the main account today. Appreciate everybody. Oh, there's my girl right there. Let's go. Baby. What's up, Anar? Love you too, man. Nothing but love today, right? Fucking Valentine's Day, man. We gotta pass the love around. Show love. Like, that's it. Where's she at? Ah, she's not in here right now. That's cool. All right, well, let's let some people get in here. There should be quite a few people in here tonight. What up, Skinnaman? Check him out. Check out the Grow. Check out the White Room, y'all. We're going to have an update from him coming up a couple weeks from now, I'm sure. I mean, it's hard to say there's really land races left, man. You know? I mean, I sort of feel like that. It's really hard to find like pure land races at this point in time. I really think that's real. I know there's people that might be, you know, working with them or something like that. Like, that's cool. I don't know, man. It's just, you know, we have to like appreciate where the plant came from, the regions that it came from and all that. I just feel like few and far between. Yeah, I know who Land Race Mafia is. I know who those guys are. You got COVID on Valentine's Day. My girl got fucking COVID, bro. Right. I'm just saying, like, the reality of land race at this point, like Wreck Yourself said, you know, like local selection. I mean, it just depends, you know? It just depends. I mean, you got people like 517. You got a lot of people that do work with some, you know, older gear. Yeah, like I said, there's definitely some people working with it, man. I just feel like it's not like, I appreciate where the plant came from. You know, Afghanis, all about it. Some of the sativas. But you have so much that's hybridized now that it's hard to, like, you know, it's just, I mean, hey, there's a lot of people that claim they have it, that claim they have them. But, you know, think about the origin of them and how long ago these like specific land races were around. Like, we lost skunk. That was shit that was around in the 90s, man. You know what I mean? Some of the hazes that were around in the 90s are just gone. So, you know, think about how long ago those to really be considered a land race, you know. But hey, I know there's people that are still working with them. And I'm all about the like the Afghanis and stuff like that for sure. India and Africa are the two. Yeah, Asia for sure, man. You know, you got Thai, and you got like Thai. He ain't got nothing to do with the real, bro. Not a damn thing. I'm gonna pin that shit right now. That dude is fucking. That dude ain't got nothing to do with the real. That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all and say that dude right there That dude right there, yo, if you believe in what he's putting out, y'all better check yourself. That's all I'm saying. Y'all better check yourself. All right. Fisherman said give him 7 minutes. I'm just saying, bro, you could like white label seeds and send them out and somebody will find something good in the pack of seeds. You know what I mean? If they're a good grower. But this dude claiming he's got the skunk and, yo, I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. Get the fuck out of here, blue skies. Stay where, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, bro, like, shit, I'll just keep it real with y'all, you know? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's right. 100% a scammer, bro. Yeah. Anybody thinks he's not, like, okay, cool. You're not going to convince me. I know too much about the dude and people that have grown his gear and nah, that dude's a fucking scammer, straight scammer right there, you know? No soup! No soup, no. No. I'm just saying, you know, like, hey, we got to keep it real with each other, right? You know? You got breeders out there that are putting in work, you know, doing good hunts, like really taking the time to like put out good gear. And then you got people like Blue Skies Vienna, you know, that wants to talk shit on fucking, like, it's just wild, bro. You know? Yeah, it's wild. Hey, wreck yourself. I'm just waiting. Listen, I'm really just waiting for a clone fan for Fisherman Seeds to come in. But he should be in a minute. He said 7 minutes. He said he was running a little bit late. He just sent me a message just now, so. We'll wait for him to get in here. What up, Nick? What up, brother? I mean, we talk about someone putting in the work and actually fucking, you know, breeding with like intention and fucking actually like really caring about the plant. There's one right there. If you guys don't know who Lime Rising Farms is, if he comments, I could fucking pin it. There it is right there. So if you guys don't know who that is right there, you guys go give him a follow and check out what he's doing. You know, sun grown, puts on a vet, like, you know, that's somebody in the community that you guys should know. If you don't know who he is, I'm telling y'all, give him a follow. Give him a follow. Lime Rising Farms Nick, you know, one of the best human beings like that I have known. You know, he's definitely in that fucking category of like, this is the guy I want to go hang out with when I get to Michigan, in that category right there. Good human being, and you guys should definitely check him out. But I'm waiting for Clone Fam. So anybody that doesn't know, Clone Fam is the same person as Fisherman Seeds. So Fisherman Seeds, just put like a slash, a dash there in the middle. Fisherman Seeds, Clone Fam. Same person, same guy. So whoever asked Clone Fam, yes, it is the same person. Fisherman Seeds is Clone Fam. Same people, same guy. And that's who we're waiting to come in. He just sent me a message, said he'd be about like 10 minutes late. Yo, Nick's a good, yeah. Like I said, I'll call him out, you know. I'll call him out. I see Nick calling some people out in a positive light, and I respect that fully. You know, more of us need to do that. Like, I mean, I try to do it as much as I can, like I just did, you know, to call him out. You know, but more of us need to like prop people up, you know, like put them up, man, not bring people down. So, all right, he says he's ready right now. Let me see. Hold on. All right, go on to the Clone Fam account, man. Sign in on the Clone Fam account. When I see you come in, I'll send you an invite. Come on in. NC Fish? No. NC Fish is a, you know, a really good dude. He's definitely fucking, he's a homie for sure. But I'm actually talking about Nick right now. Mad respect, man. He's one of the people that I like to support as much as I can. He's just that, you know, he's one of those people for sure. I personally don't know Mean Gene. I know Nick's friends with Mean Gene though. You know, I feel like some of these guys that we know so well, obviously they have a reputation for a reason and a good reputation for a reason. So, obviously Mean Gene, Nick, these guys all actually know each other, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason that good people fucking, flock together. Like I feel like that's, you know what I mean? I just feel like that's a thing. And that's how it should be. You thought who died? NC is an amazing person, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, 100%, man. Hey, Clone Fan, where you at, bro? Let's get his ass in here, man. I haven't seen him come in the room yet, though. You know what? Here. Let me send it to him this way. All right, let's see if that works.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you
That,
fine, bro. I can
that's
hear you
what's
fine.
up.
What's up? Let's
That
go.
shit. Just saw
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking Bob Marley movie. That shit was dope.
Here, wait. Let me type this in real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Listen to what we talked about earlier. Bob. I mean, a whole generation, like a whole movement. Like it wasn't just his music, but it really was. Like I don't know, man. He was, he was what the world needed at that time too.
Still does. The world still does need him.
Agreed.
How you feeling today? How's everything going there?
I
Doc
mean,
Star.
it's been, it's been a good day, man. It's just there's my girl. There she is. Oh, baby. Wait, I want to pin that. I actually want to pin that. Let me. And then, hey, babe, you can type that out again, but accept our follow. Who? Who accept our follow? Yeah, I'm not sure who you're talking to, no, but you got to let us know. So if it's him or if it's me, let us know who you're trying to send a request to. We'll make sure we request it. I'll be honest, Nova, I think I already accepted you on the main page, so I would assume. Are your pages private?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, yeah.
All right, well maybe he's
They
talking to you then.
could be.
Yeah. So we gave Mrs. Darkstar a night off, guys. But 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 since she's still in the room, I need y'all to send some positivity, some positive vibrations, like Bob Marley, right?
That's right.
We were just talking about Marley, so I got to go with the positive vibrations to my girl right there. That's pinned at the bottom. She's under the weather. She's not feeling good. We
That
need to get her
sucks,
better.
man.
So,
Definitely. Sending mad vibes that way for sure. Being sick sucks, man.
yeah, dude, she's been sick for quite a while now, and you know, we just
It's
need
going
to.
around. I've talked to people all over the country, man, that have this shit, this bug or whatever it is. Lots of people all the time I'm talking to in different states, and it seems like everyone's sick right now with that bullshit, whatever it is.
And it lingers. It's lingering, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
still, it's lingering, man. So listen, all at one time, 70 people. I need you all to send some positivity to my girl, Mrs. Darkstar, aka Mama Nugs. I
Mama
need her
Nug,
better, man.
you better, girl.
Let's go. Yeah. So, anyway, so for anybody that doesn't know who you are, why don't you let everybody know who you are? The seed company and the clone company, because I think there might be people that don't realize
That I'm
that you
connected.
are yeah,
Yeah.
that's you. So let
Yeah,
them
well,
know.
I'm the owner of Clone Fam Official and Fisherman Seeds Official. So we sell cuts, we service cuts to commercial growers all over the country and trap and home growers all over the country. And then we also own, Fisherman Seeds. It works hand in hand. I have lots of people that hunt on our hunt team. We have a team of guys that is constantly popping seeds from all different types of breeders, and we're looking for stuff that's special. One of the things that's going on in the market right now is if you have a commercial grower or a home grower for that matter, if everybody's got the same shit and they're trying to sell the packs, well, guess what? The other people have a, opportunity to, lower the price because everybody's got it. But if you could find something that's special and unique, has a great terpene profile, good vigor, good structure, good yields, they have a lot, they can get a lot more for the pack, and no one else has it. So it's nice to have that ability. And also when we're breeding, we get to run all this shit. I run it, and we run it. A bunch of my friends run the cuts, and we find out what they do in different environments, different lighting, different nutrients. And, we decide if we want to keep the cut to sell as a production run in the traps or in the commercial, or if it's something good enough, we want to stick it in one of our projects because we like an attribute about the plant, whether it's the vigor, the structure, the frost. But right now, basically what we're doing right now, we're on a mission for terps. Like, if that shit doesn't smell, if it doesn't have fucking terps and it doesn't taste, I don't give a fuck if it looks like a fucking like $100 shiny sparkly diamond. Like, I don't really care. I'm really excited about some of the projects we have coming up. We're going to do stuff with some really terpy cultivars. I have a blueberry Cushman's that a friend of mine bred. It's probably the best smelling cultivar I've smelled in 25 years. It yields. It doesn't have a 10 bag. It's probably a 7.5 to 8 bag. But it doesn't matter because as soon as you smell this shit, your whole house smells like real blueberries. Not pie, not blueberry chemical. It's real blueberries. And we're really stoked about this project and all the shit we're going to hit it with. Another thing that we've been doing is I'm not afraid to hunt stuff from some of the smaller breeders, maybe that people don't know about. And what we're finding is some of these guys are so in tune with their work. Maybe they work in a trap or a commercial place or both, and they run across something really special, and they take it and they do some work with it themselves, and then they say, hey man, you got to check this out. Smell the terps on this. Look at the numbers on this thing. Smoke this. They'll send us samples. And if it's something I really like, I'll hunt the fuck out of it, or ask them maybe to get one of their keepers, and then also hunt it out ourselves to see what else we can find out of those packs. And I want to give a shout out to Obelisk Genetics. Dude, some of the fucking nicest stem rubs and structures that I've seen in a long time are coming from some dude that no one probably ever knows, but he's been growing a long time. He works at a large commercial facility. He ran across this peach belts that tests at 40.1 total cannabinoids, and I'm telling you right now, everything he hit with it, blueberry McCruffin, elder peach, all this shit that he's got going on, I mean, we're really excited about that. And that's really what, it brings me a lot of joy, because I think one of the things that can happen, I'm not saying it does happen all the time, but some of these bigger breeders get so good that they sub their workout, right? So it's not physically them going into the room and pollinating and watching the whole experience and tending the garden. You know what I mean? It can happen. I've seen it happen over the world. But some of these smaller guys are in tune to what they're doing. They're paying attention. They're excited about it. They love the shit. And, we've been able to find some really fucking good gear from some of these guys that maybe a lot of people have never even heard of.
Well, I think that's where we're at right now.
Yeah,
We're at where some of the smaller breeders are really putting in the work, and I really appreciate that. And that's why I try to have people come on like this, because these conversations go a long way. And new breeders out there, or people that have been doing it a little while, that may not be known, that are actually really putting in the work. Those are the people that I want to talk to.
absolutely.
Those are the people that I want to bring
Yes,
on, because there
that's
is,
absolutely right.
there's hidden gems out there. And like you said, like, you have pheno hunters that really, I'll just bring up Fresh Coast. Not that he's not known, but you have guys out there that are like that he really is only known to who he's known to, because he just doesn't promote himself. And I feel like there's probably so many people out there doing it the right way, that all I want to do is be able to bring you guys. If you guys are out there, that's why I put the post up. That's why I want people tagged. I want to know who you guys are. I
Mm.
want to work with you guys. But I don't want to work with the people that fucking are just literally buying a hype cut and, throwing it together with another hype cut. That's
No,
not what I'm looking
I
for.
mean, that's that we've seen a lot of problems there. It's hit or miss. I've got some friends that have been doing that just because they like to pollen chuck. But one of the things that we do is we run the cut. Like if I get a cut in, my friend says, "Bro, it's fire." He's got 25 years of growing experience, never had another job, knows how to pick cultivars. I trust him. I bring the cut in, I run it. I'll throw it to my boys, Jason, Sam, Ted, whoever. We'll all run it through, and then we'll get a collective experience on what everybody got out of
And
it. If everybody says this shit is a fucking banger,
right.
then we run it again, and then we run it again, and if it's that good, we put it in a project. But
There you go.
every single thing that we knocked up last time, we ran ourselves through flour at least 2 or 3 times.
And
And
this is
that
what
was
I'm
already
talking
hunted.
about. This
Yeah,
is what I'm talking about, though. You know what I mean? That's it right there, bro. How many testers you just named out? Like, we'll say 4 or 5, maybe 10. Each tester is growing this out in a different environment.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
all the same. It's not a
yeah.
fucking sterile environment that these people are running them in.
Right.
And this is what we need more of. And that's why I really appreciate what you do because you like the testing is such a big thing, especially for someone like me that want to be able to put the seeds out to the world because
Yeah,
you don't want people to have issues in their garden. Like I think that gets lost somewhere where you got a lot of people out there, not a lot, but there's definitely people out there that are just about it for the dollar and they don't
yeah.
give a shit. You know what I mean?
No,
They'll put out gear, dude, and you hear
I,
about it and it's like,
I give a shit, man. My whole goal, look, if I fucking sell a 10 pack of Fems, I want these people to find at least something that they can be really happy with. I mean, I'm not going to ever say any names, but look, we hunt thousands of seeds from lots of good breeders. And there's been many times we've hunted 20, 30, 40, 50 or more seeds of the same strain and found fucking zero keepers.
mm,
So this is my problem with that is that I mean, I can't judge someone because I don't know their circumstance, but it seems like they should probably run the shit. Like right now, I have not only a list of keepers from everything we run. We just ran a 458 seed hunt from all our gear. We called it down to 138. We ran that through. We wanted to keep a lot more than we did, but we had room for 36, so we kept 36 of them. Now they're on their third strain cutting. So what happens now is they go off to 2 different facilities, right? One big trap and one big commercial facilities. When they get all those phenos down to week 9, I fly down, I drive down, we look at them. We take samples with us when we leave. We dry them and cure them ourselves, and then we do smoke tests, and then we gather our final determination on which ones we're going to keep. And I'll tell you right now, there's some hype shit out there that looks fucking magnificent and smokes like trash.
yeah.
And there's also some hype shit out there that looks and smokes good as fuck. So you just gotta really, bottom line is run the shit through, grow it a few times, smoke it, see what it does. It's usually typically takes about 3 runs of growing something before you can really determine what the plant likes, what it likes more of, what it likes less of. It might like less food than other cultivars or more food than other cultivars or less PPFD. And that's, I guess, the other part of that help. I started growing in 88, so I spent a long time being a consultant, both for commercial grows and for trap grows. And, it's nice to be able to know who the good growers are to send my shit to get them to test it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's not easy. It's not easy to find people that you could actually, rely
That's
on that
right.
are actually going to grow it out, do what they're supposed to do. I mean, it's not easy, man. It's good that you have that in place.
It is
I feel like,
fucking thousands of fucking out, man. People have no idea. Like, to build these relationships with some of the circles of these people, it's 8 years before they even let you in the circle and actually want to work with you because they have been screwed over so many times by other people that aren't people of their word. I mean, it's a lot of fucking work, but
mhm.
it's really important. And, we can benefit each other in that way. Like this, I'll give you an example, perfect example of a deal I just made. Look, I'm going to send you 26, a third cutting from seedling. I'm going to send you 26 fucking winners that we have. You're going to run them through your facility in a 24 light room. You're going to sacrifice that 24 light room, and for every one that you keep, I'm charging you $1,000. They're like, bet, done. You know what I mean? I already
100.
did the first part of the work. I
Yeah.
hunted it all, and now I give them 26 of them to pick through. If they pick 10, I make 10. If they pick 20, I make 20. But it isn't about that. It's more about the
This is
relationship.
what it's
You know what I
all
mean? And
about.
they
This is what it's
and
all about, bro.
listen, they love having shit that no one else
This
has
is what
because it's easier to sell, and they know that it's fire because they ran it. Not like look at a picture and go, yeah, that looks good, and then they run it through and it's fucking trash and no one wants to
bro.
buy it.
100%. That's why I don't even post pictures. Like you guys ask me, I'll be asked like, "Hey, why don't you post pictures on your website?" You know why? Because you're never gonna fucking get that exact thing. And what do I want to do? Do I want to put up a picture that was hunted, that fucking, and you grow out a pack and you find something and it's not that exact, and
Right.
you're upset about it? No, fuck that. I would rather not do that. That's just real. Like
I mean,
we got a lot.
I have pictures of cultivars in my phone right now that were grown by all really good growers, 3 or 4 commercial growers that all came from the trap, by the way. So people like all commercial growers grow trash. What do you think they were doing the last 20 years? Trapping. So anyway,
That's what they
that's
were doing, man. They're still
right.
doing it, and you
Yeah.
gotta,
But
like,
they're
come on,
but
and
every one of those off the same mother, and I'll use the exact specific cut. Ice 101 number 3, right?
and
That was
that that that
that,
that
that
that is acceptable. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm talking about seeds. So seeds is the reason I don't do it. When we're talking about clones, specific clones, by all
yeah,
means, because that is exactly what you're gonna get.
yeah,
That makes like clone seeds, two totally different things, obviously, as you
yeah,
guys know. But that's why I don't post pictures because you get a 10 pack and literally fucking each one could be,
yes.
if they're F1, if they're F2s, like they're all going to be, you got all different phenos out of one
Yeah,
pack. And that's the only reason I don't post
if
pictures.
anybody
So,
ever wants to see our herm list, like we keep data on everything, and we ran 15 plants per light, so there's no light at the canopy. We had no dicks on top, but we did have some male female traits at the bottom. I mean, I'd list them. So we had 36 of them, and that one had 2. And now I have another guy that ran them and had 0. Another guy that ran them had 0. But they're doing less plants per light. I feel there's a couple variations. One is the thing that we see is that if you foliar feed fem seeds with hormones or pheromones, you're going to see a larger number of plants herm. And we know that the owner of Veg Plus Bloom, they did a study in a 10,000 square foot facility in California where they had one room where they didn't spray fem seeds with pheromones or hormones like kelp or other things, and another room they did, and it was 10x in the room that they sprayed. Same fucking environment, same newts, same temp, same humidity, same everything. So there's a lot more to it. And these people say, well, oh, I got a herm, and another guy gets no herms. It's like, we popped 28,000 beans in the last over 2 years. And I'm telling you right now, F7s, F14s, hermed, we had 2,600 regs and 1,200 fems. Now, how is that possible if fems are supposed to herm more than regs?
I mean, yeah, that's it right there.
But I
Like,
think it's
and that's,
this is the truth. Like, if you really want to find out answer, if you want to really find an answer, stop fucking looking online and go ahead and pop yourself a couple thousand seeds. Keep data on your environment. Keep data on how hot your nutrient was, what your EC was, what your PPFD was, and run them through and keep your own data. That's what we've been doing, and that's what we've determined, makes a difference a lot of times. How can I run 50 seeds of the same strain and have one herm, and another guy runs 50 seeds of that exact same strain and has 24? How is that humanly possible? The answer is it's not. It's environment, or it's something that
well,
they're
that's
a way
it
that they're
right there.
stressing the plant out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Environment, the grower, something, something that went on in the grow room, all that.
yeah,
That all is part of it. And this is what happens, but um with femmes, they're known to her more. It just is what it is. This is what's known, but that doesn't make it true.
yeah,
There is bro science. Like there is bro science where, there's people that say all kinds of shit that blows my mind. We were
yeah,
talking about this earlier with some of the things people are coming out with, and it's sort of wild. Like I can't even like comprehend why people do what they, why people fall into these like certain things, and I'm not going to bring up because I talked about it earlier today.
Yeah.
Some of the things that I see out there is just wild. For instance, germinating seeds, wet paper towel or a cup. I'm not sure why people feel the need to go buy these like little machines that are hundreds of dollars to germinate your seeds in. It blows my mind, bro. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I
Some
don't get
people,
it.
some people are really good at it. I think what I'm going to do, me and Dirty Mitten have been talking about doing a video and showing a couple different ways. And it's it's really it's odd to us because I've been growing since 1988, right? The fact that someone still can't pop a seed successfully is beyond me. But I really think a lot of it is what happens from people who are honest with me is like they let the seeds go too long in the paper towel, and then by the time they look, they pop their seeds off. They're too long, and they think that they ruined them. Or a lot of times they're embarrassed that they didn't get to them in time. They left them in the water, and they're out of the seed, floating around. And then they want to call and say, "Hey man, yeah, your seeds didn't pop." And I'm like, "Great, show me a picture." And he's like, well, where's the picture? I mean, I'm glad to replace them, but I think more than anything, there just needs to be a couple videos released to a couple of like the really easy standard ways
I'm just
to pop
saying, bro.
seeds.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Yep.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know, bro. I listen, I have had like 90, I'm just gonna say 90% over the fucking all the years that I have
Yes.
grown in fucking paper towel, dude. And I fucking will just cut a styrofoam cup the bottom, literally stuff it with paper towel, put the seeds in, put the paper towel over it, put it in a dark place, look back in 48 hours. That's just ready to go.
Yep.
So,
It,
and I
it
see
seems it,
517.
it seems real easy, but for whatever reason, it's weird too. Because if I look at the flower in some of these guys' rooms, they're growing beautiful flower. They don't have a problem growing, but they just have a I don't know whatever it is, a timing thing, or maybe they're doing something a little bit wrong, or maybe they're using some bad well water or a dirty cup. And who the fuck knows what they're doing? But my point is that it's probably good that we start putting out a little bit more info. And if someone calls me and they say, "Hey, I had a shitty germ rate," I'm just going to send them some more seeds, whatever. If they do it over and over and I find out that they're full of shit, then I'll just cut them off. But,
Well, I mean, yeah.
everybody makes mistakes. I'm not,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like there's too many people out there too that hoard this shit too much. Like literally, you got to take care of the people. Like I want them to grow my shit. I want them to find something that they fucking love, and they tell their friends like, "Look, this shit is fire." I
Yeah.
don't want to say, "Yeah, fuck you. I'm not sending you shit. You're just scamming me." Like send the fucking dude some seeds, right? And if he fucked it up, say, "Hey man, if you'd like me to, I can walk you through this shit. If you're having a problem, DM me at 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 while I'm doing my like to-do list, and then walk them through this shit." You know what I mean? Sometimes that's all you need to do is spend a little time. And it is hard because your fucking DM's full, your text is full, your phone is fucking full. But if someone doesn't start helping some of these people in the new generation coming up, who the fuck is going to
A
do it? The
hundred,
Chads online,
yo,
they aren't going to fucking do it.
100%, bro. And that's why I do this, This is why, if you guys see at the bottom, what's pinned is my girl. She has it written out right there. Everyone, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Hit the question mark. If you guys have any questions at all, hit that question box down there. And I know I didn't read Turkey Beans yet, but I'm going to read that. So this is why we do what we do on Wednesday nights. I bring breeders on, guys that have been doing it a long time, maybe new guys. And this is your time to ask any fucking questions you guys have for real. I don't care what the question is. No question is a bad question. I always say that. Don't feel like, oh, I shouldn't ask this question because no, fuck that. I don't care if it's, I don't even know. Whatever it is, man. I can't think of one off the top of my head, really. But no question is a dumb question, man. We
Not
all
at all.
began somewhere.
Not at all.
No,
Some of us are just like, dude, I got friends like if I decide to have one of my new rooms living soil, I know how to build a soil, but I'm calling my buddy who's the best at building soil to help me walk that through that. The ego's not a problem with me. I don't have a problem. I want to know the dude who's growing the best fucking fire living soil. I'm going to call him and be like, "Bro,
a
what's the
hundred
recipe?"
percent, bro.
I don't need to recreate the fucking wheel. If I'm doing it, I'm calling Dirty Mint. That's who I'm calling to get my recipe from for sure.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it's all about. That's why I bring people like Brandon Russ through, Bakashi Earthworks. Like,
Yep.
we're gonna try to have some lighting companies on here. We're gonna try to like really bring some educate. We just started to work with Skunk Magazine. I'll let everybody know that. So anybody that's in here that found us through Skunk Magazine, we will be working with them and we'll be trying to bring more education through these lives. and we're going to try to get as many people through these lives as possible. The biggest like we have a lot of good stuff coming up for you guys. Just know that. Um, but let's get to some of these questions, man. I told you it'll fly by. It goes by fast.
Yeah, no,
So
for sure.
this
What do we got?
we have Turpy Beans. He asked this question a little while ago, and I apologize. I'm going to try to get to your guys' questions now. I see a bunch of them in there. We have about, we'll keep him till about 9 o'clock, and then we have Mr. Green Thumb from Thumbrint Genetics going to come on. So, but let's get to the questions. So, Turpy Beans, what terps are you looking for? Floral, skunk, earthy?
Right
I would
now,
say
Right now we're on a hunt. We're on a hunt for blueberry terps. I've got some seeds that actually popped from 1996. That's another thing I want to get to before we're done. But I got a bunch of old seeds that we're going to send in tissue culture. But we're looking for blueberry terps. So I have a blueberry AK. I got a blueberry McCruffin, which is crossed with a peach belt that tested over 40 with high terps. And I have a blueberry Kush Mints right now that we're working with that we're going to do some breeding work with. And it's okayed by the breeder who bred it. He's a friend of mine. It's the nicest smelling blueberry cut I've smelled in probably 25 years, maybe ever. So we really want to, knock that up with some gas, knock that up with some OGs, knock that up
yes.
with some other terpy lemon cherry pies and your, shit like that. Platinum lemon cherry gelatos. We'll have taste. I'm looking for, taste, and smell. Like it's got to have nose right now. If you're selling packs in the trap, you better have shit that smells good. People are looking for terps. It can look good, but if it doesn't have terps, it ain't going.
It's all about the terps, guys.
That's right.
Breeders out there. If you guys are starting to breed, it's all about the fucking terps, man. Like for real.
Yeah.
I can't say that enough,
We
bro. I say it all the time.
we
Like
just got
I
a
try.
we just got to cut in that. I know we just got labs back on it. Well, my buddy got labs on it for me, and I know that it was 6%. So it's called Slurdy. So I'm real excited about that one. We got a bunch of new ones. I sent a list to you of some of the cuts we have, but that's what it's about right now for me. I'm looking at, obviously vigor, structure, but definitely terps. Terps is on the top of the list. Got to have shit that has nose and that smokes good, because you can have shit that looks good and smells good too, but if it doesn't smoke good, it's still worthless. That's what we're
100%.
looking for.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Shaman, that sounds fucking tasty right there. But all right, so this is from Raindrop Farms. Um, what's the highest terp percentage you found while hunting?
Well, unfortunately, I haven't been able to send. I mean, we hunt so much, I can't possibly send that many tests in. But there's been some stuff over the years that other like commercial growers that I send the cuts to have them tested and they send it back. 4, 5, 6, 7% is probably the highest I've seen. I have heard about people finding stuff that's higher than that, and I would really like to test that at a few places to see. I know Brandon Russ said that he had something at one point that tested 12 in terps, and a lot of people aren't going to believe that, but, it just takes that one cultivar, and that's kind of another reason we hunt, because you can get these 2s, 3s, 4s all day long, and then every once in a while something will pop up, and it'll be high.
Hey, baby, happy Valentine's Day. I just checking saw she was in the room. So,
That's
it's
what's
Valentine's Day, y'all. Y'all got to deal with this shit. I love you, baby. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I fucking love you. All right. So this from
That's awesome.
Hey, I got to do it, bro. It's Valentine's Day.
That's right. You have to.
Love love your significant other, man. Love your fucking brother. Love your sister, man. Show love. That's what it's all about, y'all. Whether you guys realize it or not, there's nothing more important in this fucking world than love and family. I'm just letting
That's
y'all
right.
know that right now. Nothing comes before that. And then
Nothing.
the plant. Then the plant. So, all right. So,
That's what's up. Yeah, I have a friend that's been, I want to touch base on this real quick because it's really important to me, and it's going to cost a lot of investment, a lot of time. But the reason that I'm doing it is because there's stuff in there that we haven't seen in a very long time. So I have a friend that's been line breeding and breeding since 1979. Him and his brothers from 1980 until 1989 took every single skunk seed they had and put them in this jar, and they stuck them in this wine cellar. So I have a list. Like, this guy doesn't text. So I sat down for 12 hours, 6 different days for 2 hours, and wrote the strain names that he bred. His best friend is friends with ChemDog, so we can show and prove that all the chems that he bred with came from ChemDog. And
Yeah, you know,
we are gonna.
I just want to say, I just got this like literally like 3 days ago, bro. Look who I got it from.
That's dope. That's super dope.
The one and only, bro.
Lucky Dog.
Chem Dog. That's who made this.
That's dope.
He
But we're
fucking killed it,
real
bro.
excited about sending this shit to tissue culture, because what we're gonna find is something special. You know what I mean? If I can find that long lost skunk, that'd be great. But all the other stuff in there is gonna be phenomenal finds too.
Hell yeah.
Super excited about bringing all that old school shit back.
Let's
That fucker's dope.
go.
Let's
Hey,
go.
I got to flex, as they say. I got to flex a little bit. You brought up Chem Dog. I had to do it. All right, okay, so Squin Farms. So I'm not supposed to make the worst conditions possible to grow seeds, question mark. I love the stress test on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, stress tests are great. First time I usually run stuff, I run it kind of even. And then once we get down another selection, then we'll pound the fuck out of it. For sure. I mean, you can do that for sure. I mean, that's something that you want to do. And that's something that we do in specific rooms. We have them kind of set up where we're going to make them hot. We're going to, lack of water, not perfect conditions, fuck with the lights, shit like that. And it's just usually though, like I said on the first run, I'm just getting through to make the next selection. And then on the second run of the keepers that we keep back, we eye them out, ones that we think we might want to keep, then we push the shit out of them. Push them at
Smoking
fucking
fools.
4
He
EC
said,
and see if they can take it.
he says stress test is just an excuse for bad growers. I mean, hey, you got, yeah. All right.
That's all
So,
right, man. It could be true.
yo, what up? Hey, it's so funny, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Swear to fucking on everything, bro. Literally 2 seconds ago, I was about to say, I want to let everybody know how I met this guy in the first place. And look who just came in the room, because I was just about to bring up Fresh Coast. So anybody that doesn't know, which nobody would, I actually met this guy right here through Fresh Coast. So, and he comes in the room literally when I'm about to say that shit, bro. You can't make that up, bro.
That's
What's up,
dope.
bitches? What up? Happy Valentine's Day, bro. Love you, man.
What do you look for in a stellar male? It looks like, who's Derek 1703? What do you look for in a stellar male? I
Yeah, so
don't. I have all my fucking friends that are really good at fucking hunt males, and then send me the pound. No, I'm kidding. We have stem rub structure, grow the male out, see how it forms, see how it develops, see how the leaf sets are, how it stacks and all that shit. I mean, if you want to get, even further, you can, test the pollen. You can test the pollen. You find a male plant where the pollen tests fucking 7%, you got a fucking winner chicken dinner. But I'm honestly, we do a lot of fem breeding, and we have some males saved right now. Like right now, I have a Billy Idol male saved from old Sea Junkie packs that I'm going to do some work with, and we're also hunting some of that blueberry McCruffin and the elder peach for males right now, because we're on a terp train. Structure, all that stuff. Really, what you want to see is when you flower out, what does it look like then?
all right. So let's go to this is from Benar. What nutrients do you run usually?
Veg plus bloom. That's it. Period. End of story. I've been sponsored by them for a very long time. I was using it for about 2 years, and they saw some herb pictures I grew online, and they got a hold of me, and they said, "Hey, we're going to fly out to Michigan and check out your grows and get some samples." And they flew out. They checked out the grows. They got some samples. They left. And 2 weeks later, they called me back, and they're like, "Hey, man, we dig what you're doing. Would you like to be fully sponsored?" And I said, "Of course I would. I already pay for this shit, and it's expensive. So, hell yeah, I would." So since then, we've had a really good relationship with them. And, it's a lot of carbon base. It's mostly organic. It does have some stuff that they can't consider organic. So, But I like it. It's clean. It grows it's really good at producing terps, and it just smokes real good. I love it. I love this shit. I have a friend that I've been working with for 3.5 years growing, and he finally hit his first 5 pounds of light with VBX.
All right, let's go to, because we're gonna start to run out of time. I told you it would go by fast, man. I told you, man, it goes by fast, bro.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
I'm saying, yeah. I'm not, yeah. I told you. It's easy, It's better this way, you know what I mean? Because then it's just like, fuck, I think this is like, we're literally just having a conversation. There just happens to be 80 people
That's
listening to us type of shit,
awesome, man.
you
Terpy
know?
says, what environmental supplements do you use? Environmentals or supplements to use? I mean, look, in my opinion, being a consultant for a really, really long time, like, you can give me shitty lights, shitty newts, decent genetics, and really good environment, and I'll grow fucking fire. You can give me a fucking 100-watt light bulb, I'll grow fire. But environment is number two. I would say grower is number one. Genetics and environment are definitely number two most important things. A lot of people, when I work with them, we don't change much of anything except dialing in their environment. And they're just like, dude, I fucking did 1 pound last time. This time I did 2.5, and it's way better weed just from environmental stuff. And that varies a lot. Again, the cultivars like a little bit different. But if I had to do a main line, I would do, 75% humidity my first 2 weeks of flower. Week 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I would do 80 and 60, and then I would drop it down to 45% and 40 at the end for humidity. Lots of airflow, and cyclical watering cycle, crop steering, all that stuff is other stuff that you can learn as you go down the road. Whether you're using, we got cocoa growers, we got soil growers, we got Rockwell growers, we got hydro growers, TWC.
Yeah.
Take your pick, man. But environment's still, in my opinion, the second most important thing for the quality of product, for the terpenes profiles, for the THC, and how pretty the weed is, for sure.
What do you think? I couldn't even say it, bro. What do you think about drying your weed in a fucking dehydrator?
Well, I mean, there's actually some professionally made, you can call them dehydrators, but where this stuff really came from is the fruit business. You know what I mean? All that technology.
100%.
Because
Yeah.
air is what kills everything. It's what deteriorates everything. I actually went to Grow Controlled out of Sparta, Michigan, and I went in there to look at some of their technology. They have these grow rooms that actually show different altitudes, different amounts of oxygen and CO2,
Yeah,
like totally
no.
controlled.
Totally. Let me stop you right there. I'm talking about a little fucking freeze drying machine that they're trying to sell to tell people they could dry weed in.
I
I'm not talking about a professional, fucking beautiful, even the
right.
Canatro. I'm all about the
One of
Canatro.
those.
I'm literally talking about.
I have no idea, but I do know this. Every single fucking thing in the cannabis world is put there to make you spend your fucking money. So have 5 or 6 friends find out if it's good before you waste your dough.
This is what I'm saying,
It's
bro. There's
like this
no. Yeah. Okay.
guy, no, I just bought 12 packs of $500 a piece and only 4 of them germed. I'm like, bro, why don't you just buy 1 pack to check it out
Yeah.
first?
Let me just say this, because Skinnaman actually brought it up. You don't know who it is. You don't know who it is. I'm gonna say this. Herb's here now, Scott. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need you. We don't want you, man. Low and slow, baby. Low and slow. All
Yeah.
right, go.
I mean, I like to just hang dry the weed. And I usually 45% humidity the first day. Then I go right to 55 or 60 and 60 for anywhere from 10 to 16 days, depending on the weed, the density, and whatever. And then we take it down from there and clip it down and hand trim it. So, and then the process starts of curing the motherfucker.
All right, I'm not sure what this is, but the question is bud hardeners, like maybe like
Oh
whatever the
man,
fuck they're
PGRs cause
PGRs.
cancer. PGRs cause cancer. PGRs cause cancer.
There you go.
And
Public
it's
service
unfortunate
announcement.
because There's a lot of wholesalers in the trap, on the street that want weed that's PGR. If it is not PGR and it doesn't look like that PGR weed, they won't fucking buy it. You know what I say? I'm not fucking selling to those motherfuckers. I'm not killing people to make a weed look a certain way. I won't do it. My wife's got cancer. I'm not putting that shit in my weed. I'll find 20 different ways, naturally, organically, to make that weed dense enough, even if it means I got to run the strain 6, 7, 8 times before I get it right. But I'm not fucking spraying pesticide on week 8 of flower to kill somebody to make a couple dollars. Fuck that. That's my answer to that
100%.
shit.
That's what's up, and that's how everybody should be, but they're not, and that's
No, I
what's sort
know.
of
And you know
sad, you
what
know.
the truth is that there's lots of us when we're young, we do things that we're not proud of. And as we get older, we realize the value of human life and we learn from that and we change our ways. Like, I'm not saying when I was 21 years old that I didn't spray some shit on some outdoor that I wasn't supposed to, because I did. It's the truth. But I'm glad that I don't and haven't for a very, very long fucking time.
Hey, times were different back then,
Yeah, we
man. You know, now it's all
didn't
about
fucking
like
know.
we didn't know. I mean,
Fuck no.
yeah. But anyway, so this is from Bromley J. If you were setting up a room with new LED lights for flowering, what would you go with?
That, man, that's like a toss up. Like, someone that is good reference for that. I mean, I know all these growers and they all have different lights and they all spend this large amount of money on these lights. And they, some of the lights out there that where you can control the spectrum is probably better. But man, look, I got a friend that's got 3 different kinds of them. He's an excellent grower. You can go to Bud Weedser. He also owns a grow store, but he's a perfect guy for that to talk to, because as this new shit comes in, he's putting them in his rooms, he's testing them. You know what I mean? I have Laura Flux LEDs, and I'm going to have a bunch of rooms that back to, H double N is HPS. I'm going to grow both, so I can show representations of both, what they do under LED and then what they do under. And I love the Laura Fluxes; they're great. But I think any of the new lights, pretty much that where you can control the spectrum, are going to be pretty good. What you want to know is this: the cheaper lights have a fake Samsung driver, right? So your PPFD level will start to decrease in a short term, like a year or so. But if you get the real Samsung driver, your light should be good for 5 to 8 years. If you get the light with the red driver in it, which is the best driver that lasts the longest, those lights might still be at 98% PPFD in 10 years. So that's one of the things you look at, and that's really what you pay for. I have a friend I went to high school with, and he went on to Ivy League school and now works in China for the biggest manufacturer of LEDs, and that's what he told me. It's all about having the correct driver in there. That's one of the big things. And then, all the other stuff is just bells and whistles. And yes, to have lights that you can adjust the spectrum. I mean, but this is my thing with that. If you don't already have a logbook and keep track of the circumference of your stalk, the height, the veg times, the cyclical watering cycle, your temperatures and humidities, and keep track of all that already, how the fuck are you going to keep track at what time you change the spectrum on your fucking light? Just buy a decent light and, watch your PPFD with your BPFD meter. See what the plant likes. I've had plants that I took that I had only under maybe 1,000 ppfd, threw them in the corner. They were looking like they didn't like the light, and ended up being the best plant in the room. It just didn't like the ppfd. That's one of the things about growing cultivars that you're going to find out when you're hunting. Some things love it, some things don't. Some things do better under LED than they do HPS, but almost everything does good under HPS. We know that.
All right, so he said not PGR's MPK products, but the only reason I said that was because you went with Bud Hardener. So
Oh yeah,
if
yeah.
you're saying MPK,
Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
so he's
Yeah.
talking
I
about
mean,
MPK.
I mean, I think that if you get your room dialed in perfectly and the plants are drinking the way that they're supposed to, if I knew more about your setup and what you're using, whether you're using, 2.2 gallon cocos and you're feeding, 5 times a day, what strain it was, the PPFD and all that shit, I think really what you're going to find out is that if you work more on your room control and your environmental controls and get that honed in and find out what the plant likes, I think you can save yourself a lot of money. And then if you're looking for specific cultivars that naturally have solid rock buds that'll break a window, well, just keep hunting and you'll find them. I'm not going to speak on it because I really don't add any of that shit. I'm a person who, I'll do more work on maybe taking a room and maybe adding some organic inputs here and there at different stages of the plant and see what happens. Maybe some different, complex carbohydrates or sugars or something like that. I mean, all these products out here, again, are just meant to make money. I think if a grower spends his money on environment over everything else until he gets it perfect, he's going to be more happy spending dollars on that environment than anything else. And then, of course, genetics. You got to have, if you can have perfect environments, if you have trash genetics, it's not going to be that great. But
Genetics
that's
matter.
why we have Dark Star Seed Bank to buy the fire. That's what's
That's it,
up.
bro. That's why I put on, I did put on my fucking, the logo, genetics matter, because I think that it's a huge fucking thing. They do matter.
Yeah.
They really do.
They
They
do
do
matter a
matter,
lot.
man.
I mean, I've had cuts in my room where I went, I'm almost ready to kick the fucking thing out, and then at the end, it's the most beautiful thing in the whole fucking room. Really, if I have one, I don't like to tell people what to do because I think it's bullshit and it doesn't work. But if I have to make one suggestion, even if you don't have a lot of money, just if you're a grower, do your best to keep notes of all of your strains, keep notes of your grow room, keep notes of, like, for instance, I want to just use this as an example. I'm like, last time I ran this strain, we pulled 2.6 a light. Why am I only at 1.8 this time? I went back to my notes and looked. It got 2 more weeks of veg last time. I vegged it 2 more weeks and put it through and pulled 3. Simple shit like that. Like, you can go back and look at your notes and see what you did and see how big the plant was or what the vigor was like or how much it stretched, or all that shit's important. But especially, most of the computers and shit now they keep all your environmental stuff saved so you can go back and look at it. But keeping the environmentals dialed in and knowing what's going on in your room is right up there at the tippy top of the best things you can do for yourself. And then chart all the data on the strains. Like, these guys are like, well, I ran it once. I'm like, bro, it's going to take you 3 times running a strain to find out exactly what the bitch likes. Typically, no matter how good you are, it's going to take a few times to get that strain down and know what she likes. Hell yeah. What time is
um,
it, man? Am I done yet or
you're
what?
almost done, but I want to point out Skinnaman said he'd love to show you his room and see if you could maybe, anything that you should get with him. Really good guy. Had him on.
Yeah, tell him to hit
So Skinnaman,
me up at Fisherman Seeds or whatever, and I'll do what I can for sure.
hit him up, bro. Hit him up. I mean, his room is fucking sick. I don't think he needs anything. I think he's just like, I don't even know why he's saying that. Honestly, you'll see his room and you can be like, you don't need no help, bro. You good. Like, you good. I'm
So,
telling you,
hey,
you'll
man,
see.
I like that because that's something that's lost in the world. Like, some people they want to be the best at what they do. They want to get the best at their skill set. And there's nothing wrong with that. He might know that, hey, he's had better runs than what you've seen before. And he's looking to be that guy that's consistent every time, because in this market, you better grow some motherfucking fire. You ain't selling packs.
Yeah. Just trust me. When you see his room, you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, okay." You'll
Well, maybe
see.
he just wants to show it off to me. That's cool. What if he's
Maybe
got good cuts in that motherfucker?
he got it going on,
That's
bro.
awesome.
He actually, yeah. I'll announce something soon that he actually got me in connection with Atlas Seeds. So we'll probably start carrying Atlas Seeds for anybody that knows who they are really
That's
soon too.
what's
Um,
up.
all right, so we got like 2 more questions left, and then we will let you go. So, do you grow outdoor? What's your opinion? Is the question.
Do I? What's the question again?
Literally, he just said, "Do you grow outdoor? What's your opinion?"
I
That's
grew
exactly what he said.
I grew outdoor for since forever until the last couple years. I have a 100 foot greenhouse, totally controlled. Outdoor weed done right will be the best weed you will ever fucking smoke, and don't let anyone tell you different. And you can grow really consistent over and over and over indoor, but there are some terpene profiles I think that are a lot better outside. And there's a really big one right there. Trying to find resistant strains that will finish in Michigan in fucking October during the rains is a motherfucker. You know what I mean? So be prepared for that. Like, talk to, again, I would reference 30 Mitten for a lot of that shit. You should seriously have him on here. I mean, he's run some of the largest facilities in the country. That dude knows his shit, and he's does living soil, but he's a plethora of knowledge. Like, there's
Well, look it up.
very few guys in the country. He's also a breeder. So he's working with a lot of fire ass old schools, hazes and fucking sours and that shit. But listen, there's very few guys in the country that I'll pick up the phone and call when I got a question about something that I don't know, and he's one of them.
All right,
And
well, look it up.
everybody's got them. Don't let anybody think they have this shit wrapped, because they don't. Look, if I got an irrigation question, I got one guy that's the best at irrigation. If I got a building question, I got one guy that's the best at building. If I want to buy fire ass seeds, I just call Darkstar.
That's it right there, bro.
That's what's
That's it.
up.
That's it. And yeah. Okay, so two more questions left, and we're gonna let you go.
Okay.
We'll go through them quick. What hype strain is your favorite right now,
Oh,
or this period? And then it's a two-part question. And this is going to be it for him, guys. So the next questions, no reason to send any more questions in at this point. We're not going to get to them. And this is also what strains. Okay, this is actually a good way to wrap it up. We'll go through them quick, but you can just point them to your page, really. But what strains do you have available right now that lean more sweet floral, cologne type smells?
right. I'd have
There you
to.
go.
I have a really, really fucking long list, and I don't really like cologne. I have a lot of candy gas. We got a lot of gas. We have a bunch of strains that are really good, and we also have growers that grow them, lots of them. So, I kind of have the average of what they do yield wise and all that based on skill set and environment and all that stuff. So, I mean, we have a lot of shit. The Platinum Lemon Cherry Gelato, though, not the one from Detroit, the one that has haze in it, the one that I have, is super, super tasty, and it also, will blow the back of your fucking head off. It's not a big yielder. If you do 1.5 to 2.2, you're doing good per light. It's fuego, though. It's fire. I mean, I really like the 85. I mean, all that new stuff out of my hunts from my own breeding projects where I cross the runts and cross the Platinum Lemon Cherry Gelato, tons of that shit is some fucking straight fire. Tons. We're going to
All
have
right.
those Speedos available, by the summertime. We'll be selling the fuck out of them.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. I think we're right at about 9 o'clock. Even though your ass was late, I mean, I should keep you for another 15 minutes. I think we had an hour. But it being Valentine's Day, and I know you want to get back to the wife, which it's a little, I'm a little jealous right now because my girl, I'm a little jealous, but I'm gonna let you go. So,
That's what's up, brother.
much love. I appreciate it. If you guys don't follow him, I will say it right now. Pull down from that. Pull down. Clone Fam. Give him a follow. And
Yeah.
Fisherman Seeds. You guys give him a follow. Check out what he's doing. We have some of his gear on the site, and we'll get some more on the
Yeah.
site. He has a huge clone list. So we didn't really touch on that, but he has a huge clone list, guys. That's why Clone Fam, right?
Yeah.
So you guys need clones. His clones are all tested,
I
clean.
already tested on all that. Rachel does all her work out of Ann Arbor.
There you go. All that. And he's in Michigan. So you guys need anything, hit him up, hit me up, and we'll make it
Hey,
happen.
thanks for having me on today, man. I hope your wife gets better, feeling better, and I'll send her a message tomorrow.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Hell yeah. I sent you the ship. I sent you, you saw
I
what I
got
sent
it.
you already, right?
I got it.
Let's
I
go.
appreciate having me on, man. Have a good night, brother.
All right. Appreciate you, brother.
All
Have a
right,
good
peace.
night.
You
All right.
too.
Later. All right, guys. Let's, let's, all right. So I just had Mr. Green Thumb say he's going to be here about 9:10, 9:15. So why don't we do a giveaway? The way I'm going to do the giveaway is this. The post that you guys all saw that brought you to this live, I need you guys to comment somebody that you want to see come on this live. I don't care who it is. It could be a light company. It could be a nutrient company, um, educational, breeder, whoever you guys want to see come through this live. I want you guys to go tag because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the comment picker. I'm gonna do a giveaway in between the time of right now and the time that Thumbprint Genetics comes in here. I'm gonna pull this up so you guys can go to that post right now if you haven't commented on it already. That's how you're gonna enter this giveaway. If you guys commented on it already, cool. You guys are already entered. So let's do it. Yeah, Skunk Tech. Um, absolutely will be fucking, try to make that happen. But I will tell you guys this. Um, next week, I cannot remember who I have next week, but I will tell you the following week, the 28th, I think it's the 28th, we have ABC Company, and we have, finally, for you guys that have asked, we have Sin City coming on. So Sin City and ABC Company will be the 28th, just so you guys are aware of that. Should be a fun night. And I cannot remember who's next week. I just cannot remember. I really can't. But ABC Company and oh, so okay, you guys just need to go to this post. It's on this page right here. It's the newest post that I put up. Here, I'll pull it up so you guys can see it. Yeah, man, I would love to have Chem Dog come on. To be honest, he just blew this pipe for me. I just showed you guys this pipe right here. I haven't even smoked out of it yet. I literally just got it. But yeah, I would love to have Chem Dog come on and really talk about the origins of the Chem Dog. Obviously, most of you guys know I'm a Deadhead. Followed the Grateful Dead for quite a long time, and we all know where the Chem Dog was found, and that was found in 91 Deer Creek, Bag Seed. That's the story. I would love to hear the story from him. So, and I would love to hear, Chem Four, Chem Sis. I met him in Philly, and I will do my best to make that happen, to have him come on. Because that would be fucking, I think we all would love to hear it. But as of now, I cannot remember who's next week, but I will tell you guys, like I said, the week following is Sin City and ABC Company. All right, I'm gonna get into this right here. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do this giveaway. I'll show you guys the post, but it's the newest post that I put up, y'all. Like, it's the post that has Fisherman Seeds logo, Thumbprint Genetics logo, and a Lucky13 Seeds logo. You just need to comment on there. Tell us who you guys want to see come through. Man, I need to fucking hold on. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the post right now. So this is the post right here, and all I need you guys to do is go tag somebody you want to see come through the live, just like it says on here. Tag who you would like to see on the show. We welcome all entrepreneurs, breeders, growers, glass blowers, light nutrient companies, and more. So whoever you guys would like to see come through here, you guys go tag them on that post. I'm going to do a comment picker, and we're going to find a winner here. And 808's right there. Let's go. What up, 808? So that's the post. You guys go see the logos. That's who's coming on tonight. Go tag who you want to see on that post. If you haven't already, like the post, tag who you want to see come through here. And that's how we're going to pick a winner right now. If y'all don't know 808, 808's in the house too, y'all. What up, 808? Let's go. 808's come through here, man. He's a friend. We have all kinds of people. If you guys are new in here, we have all kinds of people come through here. So, um, here, let me pull this. Let me see. Let me. What do you mean? It's right on this page. You should be able to find it. It's right on this page that we're on. All right, here we go. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you guys exactly how I'm going to do this. You want to throw in a pack of 808 for the giveaway? Good, cool with me, bro. Let's go. Here, I'll show you guys the post and show you how I'm going to do this. You know, and I'm only trying to kill some time because Mr. Green Thumb, Thumbrint Genetics said he's going to be a little bit late. So I figure why not give something out to the room? Yeah, there it is right there. I got it, Bernard. So it's really easy, guys. It's literally on this page right here that we're on right now. You know, on this page, literally the third post over, this post right here, and go tag who you guys want to see on here. And I'll give you guys like 2 minutes to do it. Y'all got 2 minutes. Go tag who you want to see come through on this post right now. Like the post, tag somebody you want to see come through, and then I'm going to do a comment picker, and we'll have one winner. And I'll probably do another one at the end of the night as well. So, what up, trees? Yo, yo, what up, brother? Oh my baby. Wait, is my girl in here right now? Oh, I just saw. No, she's not. Mm. Yeah, all you gotta do is go comment on this post right here, man. I'm not sure. Everybody should be able to find it. It's literally on the page we're on right now. And you can find it on one page or the 4 page. I'm. I am, Bob. I got it about to go on right now, bro. I just put Jerry. Oh, there he is. All right, there's Mr. Green Thumb. So I'm gonna do the giveaway right now. I'm gonna let him in. I'm gonna do the giveaway. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna let you in, but I'm not gonna turn the camera yet, bro. Let me invite him in here. Go live. There we go. All right. Let me pull the comment picker up. I'm just gonna do a quick giveaway, and then we'll get into it. All right.
There
So.
we go. What up? What up?
What up, brother?
It's all good, buddy.
Just fucking,
Doing the
enjoying
giveaway
life.
first?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a giveaway from everybody that got in on this, and I just want everybody to see how it goes. It's
For
a
sure.
comment picker.
Oh,
It's
that's
real easy.
cool.
It literally pulls. It's an Instagram comment picker. It's pretty cool.
I haven't used one of those before.
I just found out about it, so it'll load the comments. It's real simple, and it goes off the comments that were on the post
Oh,
that was
everyone's
about tonight.
coming off. Pew, pew, pew. Let's go, everyone.
Could not find a winner. What the fuck just happened? Why the hell did it do that?
Much love,
I never seen a
everyone. Good to see y'all.
number winner, number maximum, find winner. Why did it do that?
I ain't never seen that one
There,
before.
there we go. All right.
Oh, there you go.
Hog and doggy. Hog and
Hogan
doggy.
Dowdy.
Hog and doggy. You are the winner. So if he's not in
Congrats to
here,
Hogan Doggy.
we'll just spin it. We'll run it back.
It's all
But
good, Blunts.
let's see.
Much love to you. Much love, Irish.
All right, let me get this set
How's it
back
going,
up.
brother? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, bro. It's been. You know how long it's been? It's pretty crazy because I was
It might be.
in.
It might be even close to a year since the last time I was on here with you.
It's been a year, bro. I was in Florida February
Yeah.
4th. Do you know it's been a
Yeah.
year?
That's right. That's
A
right.
year. A year and 10 days. Like how crazy?
That's
The
wild.
exact same month, bro. I had you in
It,
before. You're in again. Like that's
it
you can't
definitely
even
doesn't
make this
feel
shit
like
up.
that long, but yeah, you're right.
Dude, time flies, bro.
It's crazy, man.
Like time flies. So, all right. So for anybody that doesn't know who you are, why don't we introduce
Yeah, for
yourself?
sure. There's definitely some people in here, I'm sure, that didn't see me last time on here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm Mr. Green Thumb. I'm the man behind Thumbrint Genetics. If you've seen it around, I've probably been growing for probably going on like 16, 17 years now. I've only been breeding for the past 3, but yeah, I've been growing for a long, long time. Like even when I was a teenager, man, like me and my buddies because I knew a couple guys that were growing shit in forests and stuff when we were teenagers, but we actually ended up creating a business to do with spin farming. You ever heard of spin farming?
No.
So spin farming, it stands for small plot intensive.
Okay.
So what we would do is we'd go around and rent people's backyards out and grow a certain type of vegetable or something in their backyard. There was a couple guys that actually let us grow cannabis in their backyards, and we did that. But for everything else, carrots, broccoli, all kinds of shit, and we would sell all that shit at local markets. And it was a nice little side hustle we had going on, plus the cannabis, right? And then had like a legit space to grow it all. So yeah, that's kind of how we got started. And then I started growing indoors probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and just incredible difference. Like
Yeah.
no comparison at all. So
No,
yeah, I
not
never looked back.
at all.
I've
Yeah.
never even done outdoor since I started indoor. But yeah,
And
started Thumbprint Genetics a couple of years ago. I think it was 2 year anniversary this New Year's Eve actually. So
well, congratulations on 2 years,
yeah,
man.
appreciate that. So I'm still fairly new. You know what I mean? I don't claim to be a fucking expert or anything like that, but I definitely have a wealth of knowledge from what I've accomplished in my life so far, and I'm always happy to pass that on to anyone that asks.
And that's why we do this. That's why. I mean, I know you do your lives. At least I had
Yeah,
some people say, you do lives once a week or something. Is
yeah,
that
once a week on Saturdays. Sometimes I take a break.
okay?
But
Which
yeah,
is
we're actually
cool.
going to bring on the man that taught me everything. So it's all about knowledge being passed on, right? And this guy that we're going to bring on has been like so instrumental to me, like doing what I've been doing, just hand by hand, like walked me through the whole process in the beginning. Speaking of the devil, there he is right
I,
there, Lucky
I was just
13
about to
C.
say. I think he just popped in the room. So
Yeah, yeah.
all right, I need him to. Let me see. Yeah, I need you to comment. Lucky 13 C's. I just need you to comment so I can click on and invite you in.
So this is actually pretty incredible because this guy he's a pretty underground dude. Like he doesn't advertise his shit much. He doesn't talk about it much, but the man is probably the most educated person I've met as far as cannabis goes from everyone that I've talked to since I started. So he was a little hesitant to come on camera tonight, to say the least. But he's like, for you, Thumb, I'll do it.
Wait, why isn't that letting me let him in? Invite him. Oh, maybe. Okay, I might have to wait. Hold
But
on.
yeah, that's
Lucky.
the fucking man right there, Professor Sprout.
Hold on. I might have to invite him in this way.
Talk about OGs in the game. That's one right there.
I think. Okay. I think that may. Are you? Is he? I think that maybe because you're not following me, I think you need to follow me because I'm not. It's not letting me just invite you in for some reason.
Let me see if, or I probably can't even send him one because it's your live. So
No, I think that he needs to follow this account in order for me to let him. In order for me to have him come in, is the way it's looking. I've never noticed that before, but it's doing it this time. So
yeah, he might not have followed you. I'm not
let
sure.
me try it this way.
Sprout, you in here? Did you
Oh wait,
follow him?
got it. Here we go.
Everyone's popping off. Pew, pew, pew,
I
pew.
got it. Got
Beautiful.
it. That's what it was. That's weird. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had to be following me in order for me to let
Oh,
you in, but now we know.
there it is. There he is.
Now we know. Yep, he's in the.
Sprout, legendary. First time on live stream.
Evening, gentlemen.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you, brother.
Thanks very
Nice to
much.
have you.
But
Absolutely.
So
I'm
yeah,
Um,
blushing over here, man.
huh?
no, I very much consider this man my sensei. He's probably one of the nicest, most humble dudes I've met on here, and I'm so happy to help like spread his word too. You know what I mean? That's another reason why I wanted you to come on here tonight, Sprout. Like people need to hear you speak,
I
man.
appreciate it. You're too kind.
Yeah, yeah, man. First of all, I want to let everybody know it's in here right now. As you see, what's pinned at the bottom for my girl right there. First of all, happy Valentine's Day to everybody
100%.
and everyone. Hit the
Indeed.
question box down there. If you guys have questions, just believe me, these
Yep.
comments go so fast for us. I don't want any questions to get missed. And we have some time here. So you guys have any questions at all, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask.
Yeah, you got it, Irish Sensei and Shinobi. That's actually something me and him are going to start doing. We've been talking about me and him are going to start doing a live stream once a month or once every few weeks, and just doing like you do on here, grow questions. Anyone wants education passed off, talk about stuff me and him are working on. So, and that's something we're going to do going forward as well.
I mean, this is what it's all about, you know. It really,
Of
to
course.
me, there's nothing more important than education,
Yep.
especially new growers or, even people that have been doing it a long time that might want to try a different method or,
Yeah.
want to know about breeding. I think it's you know, it's it's very important for us to do what we do,
Yeah,
and
I always
there's
get
not.
questions like that because sometimes people don't necessarily want to turn it into a business. They just want to breed as a hobby or to play around, right? And that's
Yeah,
totally
100.
cool, you know.
Exactly, and I feel like this is the place for you guys to ask those questions. So feel
Exactly.
free, feel free, feel free. And we can talk a little bit about, I want to let everybody know here right now, we have officially, the drop is now live. Um, Thumbprint Genetics, I believe it was the last drop he did, where
Yep.
we want,
It only came out a couple weeks ago, so it's still quite new.
oh, a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
So I didn't even realize that. So that drop is on the site, guys. For all you people in the United States, you guys can go get his gear now here with
It's
and
beautiful.
you can pay with a credit card, which makes it really easy for everybody.
Exactly. That's
So
beautiful. And
that's all on the site.
this drop me and Professor Sprout here actually collabed on. So I did the female side of the Shiatsu Kush F3 hunt, and he did the male side. So he's got a large space that he can hunt through a whole ton of males, which he did. How many did you go through in total, Sprout, males?
I think I started with about 40 and worked my way down to 16 or so, and then from there we got down to those last, I'd say, 4 keepers, and
Yep. Yep.
I still got 3 in the mother room or father room, I should say.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's
Okay,
some
so
real
I know
hunting right there.
we talked about the Shinobi Kush, and I know you said it was it's a mystery
The
strain. Is that what it is, or do we know?
Shiatsu, yeah. So
Shiatsu.
the history with the Shiatsu, I was actually talking to Casper from Create Genetics about it recently because he was formerly partnered with the guy that ran BC Bud Depot. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them.
I'm not familiar with them, but I'm actually. I will show you this. I know this right here was because Casper nominated me for best seed bank.
There you
Um,
go.
so I really appreciate Casper,
Yep,
create, and second place we won last year, California Cannabis Awards,
that's
second
awesome.
place best seed bank,
That's awesome.
and he was the one who actually nominated. And the cool thing about that is honestly, I don't work with him. We don't carry his gear. It was a respect, a
Of
mutual
course.
respect thing.
Yep.
And
He's another great dude. Next to Sprout here, that guy right there taught me a hell of a lot as well. And he was always very humble in teaching and passing on knowledge as well, and that's always very appreciated.
coming in
So,
first,
Thumb,
mister.
what did
So
you
yeah, I was
say?
saying, sorry, I was saying there. So he was partnered with BC Bud Depot. BC Bud Depot, the guy Matt that used to run it, he actually, Casper was telling me this because he was his partner a while ago, that he actually had gone over to Japan and obtained this Shiatsu Kush from over there and brought it back over here. So yeah, but there's no real history or family tree behind it. They don't know. It's just a mystery. And that's kind of what intrigued me in the beginning about it. And I do remember smoking it back in the day because I remember, I think it was 2012 or 2013, it actually won a few awards for Strain of the Year. I'm not sure who actually grew it or where it came from, but I do know it won those awards. And so, yeah, it was always something that kind of intrigued me. So I did work on it in the very beginning. And me and Professor Sprout here actually collabed on the very first drop I ever did to create the Shinobi OG, which was the Shiatsu Kush cross to the Lucky OG Kush, which is from him. So he hunted the male side of that collab as well. He had a huge, that thing was one of the biggest males I've ever seen, Sprout, and a whole one male in a 4x4 tent, and it was taking this bitch up wall to fucking ceiling. It was just a beast. And so, yeah, that was how we created the Shinobi OG. And then because the Shiatsu was involved in that, we decided to collab on actually continuing the Shiatsu Kush F3s for the one we just did here.
And that's going to be the upcoming drop is the F3s. These were the
No,
wait.
that's the Shiatsu Kush F3 is on your, it would be on your site right now. The one
Okay.
that's upcoming is a V2 version of 4 of the strains from that drop, which I did with one of the other males pollen that he was talking about there, how he had a few keepers. You want to talk about that a little, Sprout, the different keepers and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. So the Shiatsu F2s were a really interesting line to work with because, like you guys know, with the F2s, you really start to break open the genetics and see what's inside. The F1s are pretty generally uniform, but the F2s is where everything kind of pops open. And so I ran a bunch of females as well, and what I was seeing in the females was a really interesting early expression that was quite purple, but it had no potency whatsoever. It was kind of an outlier. But then you ended up with basically 2 other main phenotypes. You have these more, I'd say, tall with longer internode length, very Kush-like, like OG Kush in structure somewhat, and also like the bud size, the bud density, and so forth. And then you'd have a few of the shorter ones that, and I'm speaking of the females here, they're very reminiscent of a Bubba. You get that really earthy coffee dankness to it, shorter in structure, the purple leaf, really beautiful plants all around. So out of that, that's the female side of things that I was seeing just as a test run. And in the males, you had the same kind of counterparts to that. So out of those, I think, like I said, down to about 20, and then down from there to 12, and then cut those down a bit more. I was picking out the ones that were expressing a lot of resin, were very stable. Like I'm always running my males 6 weeks, sometimes to 8 weeks, to really double check and make sure there's no intersex traits, because those will often, if they're going to show up, they're going to pop out late. And then also the resin and the aromas don't really begin to express themselves in the males until like much further down the line. A lot of people get rid of their males, like they collect the pollen, they chuck them after about 3-4 weeks. I like to let them go a little bit further. And then when you do that, so I really started to see some interesting expressions in like week 6. And the one that you're working with, the purple plastic that we named that one, it had that interesting, like you described it as like a vinyl sneaker, right?
Yeah, it was like walking into
store.
a Foot Locker. The female that I used, like the nose on it was like walking into a sneaker store. That brand new rubber and vinyl. It was just fucking incredible.
Yeah, really interesting one. So that one, it caught my eye right away, and had the male flowers were presenting a bit of that purple, the lavender in the back end, and that really strong aroma. Like the terpenes are quite concentrated in that male. And then on the other side of it, there was an almost identical male, but it was green, had none of the purple coloration. And then you had the in between. So we had a couple of these shorter ones that were incredibly dense. Like the pollen yields off of these things were 4 times what the other plants were putting out. And pollen yield is generally going to correlate fairly well to flower size in the females, and also very resinous, but earlier. So about 2 weeks earlier. And I think that's what you're using in the V2s.
Yes, the green one is the one I'm using in the V2s.
Okay.
The purple plastic pheno was the one that was used for the V1s.
And I used the purple plastic as well in my Nakatomi Doja, because that one, I was looking, I think when we first spoke about doing the shiatsu work, I was really looking for something to pair with my LA Confidential, and it just made sense, right? Like the LA Confidential is very, very short. It doesn't stretch. It's got that real dark purple coloration to it. It's very earthy. It's got those coffee notes and skunk notes, but it needs something to stretch it out. And also I wanted to maintain that the aroma that the shiatsu was bringing, right? So it's like they were very complementary in that regard.
Yeah.
So what kind of?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, like, what are the terps on that?
So in the males and in the females, I'm seeing like I describe it as like a caramel macchiato, like a vanilla latte. Like the coffee is really heavy on the front end, but it's got a hint of sweetness in the back. And
that's the Nakatomis you're talking about, right?
Yeah. And then, I mean, it does have a really high thiol content as well. So you're going to get that skunkiness as you open the jar. and then you're going to it's going to develop. You're going to get the coffee and the caramel and the vanilla out of it once you get into the jar.
That sounds lovely. That
It's
sounds
it's
lovely.
it's turning out really nice. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I mean, I miss strains that have that like chocolatey coffee. I haven't really seen too much.
Yeah, there's not much of that left anymore, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know why he keeps doing that. That's just weird, bro. Why don't you do
I
that?
know. I keep seeing that on your screen. Are you doing that, or
No, bro, I'm not doing nothing, man. I don't know what that is. Like, can we get a
you keep
thumbs up?
having a little fucking bubble? There it is. Look at that. Thumbs
I mean,
up,
I
bro.
don't know, bro. I'm just sitting here, bro. It keeps coming up. That's just weird, right? I don't know what
Let's
that. I have
see.
no idea what that. It's not me. Just know that. It's definitely not me. I don't know what the fuck it is. Um, but yeah, totally missed that, man. Like, we used to get like chocolate, like, I don't know how old you are, but I'm a little bit older. Like the
Chocolate
chocolate tie we
pie,
used to
man. I
get,
remember that.
like really chocolatey. Like I haven't. I mean, I see people say chocolate
Great.
tie, and they just whatever, dude. It's not what it used to
No, it's
be. So
Hmm.
not what it used to be.
no, dude, I'm totally interested in terps
Yeah,
like that. Like I love that coffee chocolatey, and you just don't see that anymore. So I appreciate that you guys are actually, you know, putting out things like that. That's
and
just
the
different than what everybody
thing
gets
is,
to
like,
see.
stuff like that needs to be preserved and continued, right? And
Hmm.
that's why I'll keep working with this Shiatsu Kush until I'm in the grave.
Yeah, it's a great plant for sure. I'm really
Yeah.
enjoying what I'm seeing from it. I also have found, like, the description that BC Bud Depot has, their spiel about it, lighting up the shiatsu regions of the body. And I thought, that's just marketing.
Of
But
course,
honestly,
of course,
it
it
is very
literally
medicinal.
feels like a
It
Shiatsu
does.
massage.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
oh, let's
incredible.
go. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I come at it from more of a medicinal standpoint for my issues, and I tell you, like, normally I like to go to like the really heavy indicas to control my Crohn's disease and the pain that I have, but
Yeah,
the shiatsu, it really surprised me at how effective it was. I mean, it will obliterate severe pain.
it's
It's
incredible.
really good for sedation. So if I'm unable to sleep because of pain, like it will knock me out. And it's so potent. It's almost overwhelmingly potent, at least a couple of the phenos that I'm working with in the female side. So it's an incredible plant for
Yeah.
sure.
oh, yeah.
Hey, Sprout,
Huh?
I gave a word about myself, but anyone that's unfamiliar with you, do you want to just give a quick word about yourself and like your experience
Yeah,
and
sure.
how long you've been going at this and whatnot?
Sure. Yeah. So I've been at it since about 2006 or thereabouts. My story is I didn't really have much exposure to cannabis until later in life. And for me, it was a health issue. I got really sick really fast. In university, I started just losing weight, couldn't eat, and started going to all the doctors and all the specialists, and no one could figure out what's going on with me. Years later, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease and Hashimoto's, but in the interim, I needed symptom relief, and it was out of desperation. It's like I grew up in a household that was, very anti-cannabis,
Yeah.
and so I was, I believed the brainwashing, and it just got to a point where I was so desperate for relief. A client that I was working with, I had a sports medicine degree, and I was working with a client in physiotherapy, and we were just talking about his injuries and so on and so forth. And he just passed me some bud after the end of a session. He said, give this a try. I know you're having trouble with your appetite and nausea and stuff like that. So I did, and oh my god, it was green crack, and it blew my head off the first time. But I could eat, for the first time in so long. I had an appetite. I was hungry, and it was just amazing. And so that kind of got the ball rolling for me. And for my purposes, I found a lot of those strains to be too potent for me, but they still had the medicinal value. So I went about starting to breed strains that would, help resolve my symptoms, and then other customers, patients that I was dealing with as well. And that's kind of how I got started. And it tends to be why I circle around like the more classic strains. But
Yep.
yeah, I launched Lucky 13 in 2010, and I've just been going at it ever since. Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful, buddy.
It really is, and that just goes to show what this plant can do. You know,
Hmm.
the benefits, the medical benefits of it. They're endless. They really are. We've just touched the surface. So, when I hear
Oh, for sure.
stories like that, and it's just, I mean, it
It's
it's
amazing
sort
when
of,
it can just completely turn someone's life around like
bro,
that, you
like,
know?
you know, cancer, like, there's so many things that this plant can do, and it's such a miracle plant. And, you know, it's still, like, you guys are in Canada,
Mhm.
so obviously you guys can grow a couple plants, whatever you guys, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
There's still places in America where we can't grow, and I'm in one of those places where we're not supposed to be, you know, where it's still illegal, like no plants, no plant count, no rec program. We have a medical program, that's it.
That's
So
crazy.
you
Hopefully
know,
you'll get there at some point.
it's just wild, man. It really is, you know. But hell yeah. So on the green crack, I'll tell you, I have somebody that actually works with the green crack right now. If you guys were ever interested in it, you know, you wanted to throw it into something that you're doing,
Is
just
that
let me
Tino?
know.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Tino with,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah, I
sure.
worked the green crack into peanut butter harawana, and made a green dragon. And that one actually it's excellent because it tames that at least the headiness of the green crack for me, and it just amplifies the body effect. And it also it's great for northern growers because it comes in early. The peanut butter harawana brings down the flowering time and initiates earlier.
I've seen a
So
couple people growing that outdoors up here.
yeah, and there's a few people in Ontario growing it, and I had a guy in Trinidad grow it, and the thing was just bulletproof, with humidity and all the rain and everything. So, yeah, it's been proven to be a really great strain.
Um,
It's beautiful.
yeah, what was I just gonna say? I see people saying I didn't know that. I didn't know you guys needed a ACMR
If
whatever license. I thought it was
you want to
legal.
grow more than 4 plants, you have to have a license too.
They're saying a couple of Providence in Canada that you are not allowed to grow any plants without that license. I didn't know that.
Oh, that's news to me. I thought it was 4 plants nationwide.
That's
Might
what
be
I
different
thought it was too. So,
though.
Yeah, maybe something's changed. I thought it was like federally mandated that it was four
Four
plants
plants, yeah.
per adult, yeah, per household, but that could be changing. Yeah, so the ACMPR or whatever the hell that acronym is that gives us you can get a license for more plants if you have a medical need.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh, the
4 total.
marijuana. Um, so the marijuana. So that was crossed to what? Is that something that you guys have released already,
Yeah,
or?
the green dragon, that's the harawana crossed with the green crack, and that's been in our catalog for quite a while. The peanut butter harawana is just a line breeding of harawana to bring out the really strong peanut butter terpene profile and stabilize that. So
Yeah, I see. Base
the effect is the same as like your traditional harawana, very narcotic.
very
Um,
narcotic.
yeah,
Yeah,
very sedative, excellent for pain, excellent for appetite, and early flowering, and great structure. You know, for a plant that does really well outdoors in Canada, it has solid golf ball style nugs, decent internode spacing. It's really a treat to grow, and very resistant to mold and mildew.
How
Oh,
far along have you gotten that one?
That
that's actually what I wanted to ask
sure.
you real quick before I forget, because I forgot last time. That was really what I was. Um, strains that are good for, you know, mold resistance, like they, like let's say off this new drop. Is there anything specific? Because I know, you know, you have a lot of people here that are in Michigan that, you know, the winters are wet. You know, northern United States, Virginia. I would like to know one of your strains that you think is really good for mold resistance, PM resistance, you know, things like that. If there's anything
See,
specific.
the thing with that is I can never guarantee something until I've actually seen it in action. So unless I have it going on in my garden and I see something being resistant to it, then it's kind of hard to say that that is that, right? So the one strain of mine that I can guarantee that with is the fluffy or anything that's been crossed to the fluffy because it passes on the PM resistance in whatever cross that I've done it with. So I had PM issues in my garden at the time when I was actually doing the fluffy. So I could actually see that that particular strain was resistant to it because it was the only plant in the garden that wasn't touched at all by the
There you
PM.
go.
So, and then and as it's been released, I've seen from multiple different people hitting me up being like, look, bro, I've got PM issues in my garden and this fucking plant does not care. Like, I remember one guy sending me a picture of his 2x4 tent. And I think he said he'd gone on vacation for a week or something. And I guess he had some real issues. And they were all probably in 4 or 5 weeks of flower. And the one fluffy was right in the middle of 5 others in this little 2x4 tent. Some of the others were so coated in PM you could hardly even see the green on the leaves. And this fluffy he was in the middle of the tent, just shining. Like it was shining. It was so green still. Like it just did not even give a fuck about the PM.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty wild how like there can be like strain specific where they actually are this. It's wild. It
yeah,
really is.
they
Nature, man.
just don't care about it.
Yep.
They shrug it off, right? So to actually have seen the examples like that, I can actually tell people, yes, this plant is PM resistant, right? Because I've seen it, others have seen it, and I've actually seen it happen in a couple of the crosses that I did with the Fluffy as well. So it passes on those traits. So that in itself was amazing. I wasn't sure if it would pass it on, but seeing that happen is incredible.
All right,
Hmm.
cool. Sorry to interrupt. I just really wanted to.
No, it's all good.
Okay, good. Yeah, cool. Um, yeah, they're all talking. Well, I see a couple of people saying
Yeah, there's so
Fluffy is
many
bulletproof.
people that have grown that out, and they know.
Yeah. So we can get to some. We can get to some of the questions at this
Yeah,
point. I
for
think.
sure.
Let's
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
some of
Go
your
with
guys'
some of the
questions. So
questions.
I'm gonna say it
Before
one
you
more
guys
time.
go on, can I just chime in on the outdoor thing?
Of course, of
Absolutely.
course.
So
Please
usually,
do.
what I do in the summer is I don't do any indoor in the summer. I do all outdoor, specifically breeding for this rough climate that we're in. And so I've worked a couple different lines that have been really resistant to mold and mildew. We have a very short season here. It gets really hot, but then it gets cold
Yeah,
immediately, and then the rains start coming in.
like that.
And usually I mean, you can get maybe middle September before things start going sideways. But as of last year, we had released Granddaddy Purple Ultraviolet, and this is a cross of our Granddaddy Purple F6, F7 with a special Frostberry male that I've called Ultraviolet. And this thing, it'll take rain, snow, no problem, no mold, no mildew. We had a bunch out in Southern Ontario. Customers out there had no issues with it whatsoever. Got it all the way to finish in October with no problems. We tested some out here out in the woods and just bulletproof. Huge, huge spears, all purple, resin just dripping off the damn thing. And
It's incredible.
absolutely no mold, mildew, and bugs either. Bugs wouldn't touch the damn thing. So
Okay, so where can people get your seeds at too? We already got him covered. I'm curious where your seeds are available.
LUCKY13GENETICS.com.
Okay, so you got a
Yep,
website. So you guys can go to his website and you guys can get some of his beans too. So and maybe we'll make something happen where we can figure something out where they can get them here too in America. So
cheers.
because sounds. I mean, we get what we get here. You guys breed a little bit different. You guys just have some different
Yeah,
stuff, like the Granddaddy
Of
Purple,
course.
for instance. Not that we don't have it here, but no one's really doing work with it. And
Yeah.
you said you were at F6 with it. Did you do that
yeah,
breeding?
yeah. I started it from the
This
ground
is
up.
what I'm
So
talking about,
Preach,
man.
bro.
This
Tell them all your shit is, bro.
yeah. This is what I
There,
want to
there,
hear. Like I want to know.
there's probably very limited strains on his site that are below an F4.
This is what I'm talking about. Like we need more of that, bro. Like we need more of that because we just do. There's people that want consistency. There's people that want to
Yep,
know what they're getting, man, and work
yep.
lines. There's not many people that are working lines like
yeah,
that.
No,
So,
no.
I mean, I will
unfortunately.
say respect. Respect. I respect that. So,
Oh,
Cheers.
yeah.
Appreciate that.
absolutely. Um, all right.
Yeah, throw up a couple of questions.
All right. So this is from the man, the Skinner man. uh, he said, "Professor, you got the skunk." That was his
Yeah,
question.
yeah. I'm working in a number of different lines with skunks. So I've got the Super Skunk Y2K. I've got Space Skunk, which is a Romulan 1985 skunk. Got the 1985 skunk IBL. I'm sure there's more, but yeah, those are the ones that I'm working with right now.
Yeah, I've grown a couple of those out too. They're fucking incredible.
Yeah, the 1985 skunk. I mean, it's been sold out for a while. I am doing a restock on that soon, but because that was the F1, the F2, I need to do a really big population to make sure I'm not missing out on anything. I think that's where a lot of breeders go wrong is in the F2s. So in order to make sure all of those genetics are captured in the F2, it has to be a really large population. So I need to set aside a whole season for just the 1985 skunk. And then I think it'll get even better in the second round. But the first round was incredible, sold out so fast, and everyone keeps asking me when I'm getting more in.
Yeah.
I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it hard.
Okay. Um, Okay, so this is from Scott, and he says, I want to start breeding more as a hobby. So, how would I go about making an area to breed?
I'll
You
let
want to
him
take
say
that,
something
Thumb?
on this. I'll say something. I'll let you say something on this too, but I'll come at it from my perspective because my perspective is a lot smaller than yours as far as what I do. Because I
Sure.
do everything that I do out of 5 tents and then another tent at another location where I keep all my males. So the first thing I would say is if you're actually going to want to do breeding in your home and do it as a hobby, see if you can find another location to keep your male plants all together. As tough as that might be, that's best case scenario. If you are going to do it in your own home, make sure it's a room that's at least far away from the other room that you're doing your females in, as far as you can get it. And I'll let him speak on whatever else you want to say, but that's what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, I have a separate building for males alone. And I
Okay, good.
line the walls with plastic so I can go in there with a fogger and I bleach, top to bottom. So there's no pollen contamination, cross contamination. But for the average hobbyist, I think the best thing to do, you want to get used to, first of all, growing your males and females separately. I tend to like doing one group at a time, and then you find your keeper female, you set it aside in your mother room, and then you go hunt through your males. And once you find your keeper male, you then bring those back and you mate them up in a third round. So you're not doing it all at once because you really want to explore both sides, especially the males, because the males are a little bit trickier. It's not like using femmes where you can see exactly how that plant is going to express,
Yeah,
right? So when you're breeding with the males, you need to run a large enough number of them, keep them separate, find your keeper, and once you have your keeper male, keeper female, then you can mate them up. But that way, by doing it in separate rounds, doing your males separate from your females, then you're not risking contaminating anything, and you're really dedicating all your attention to the most important aspect of each of the male and female side.
Sorry, I added a moderator. Just gonna let y'all know, 401's the moderator now. You guys arguing in here? He gonna kick you out.
let him have it 401.
He'll kick you all out quick, so you better be careful. Since my girl's not here, I made him moderator. Sorry, but not sorry. All right. Um, oh, so do you guys are you guys making femmes? Are either of you guys making femmes at all?
I
Because I know you
yeah.
touched on
I
femmes,
don't
so I
think
was
you're
just
ever going to, are you?
No.
This
okay. Okay. I was just
that was
curious.
so quick.
Well,
No.
I heard femmes, so I was curious. I mean, hey,
No
No, I'm
disrespect.
going to this year though. I'm going to
okay.
because I get so many people asking me for them. I'm at least going to do a fem project, see what happens with it. But it's definitely not going to be like a main staple going forward or anything like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
the customers want them for sure, and
Yeah.
I've got nothing against them, especially when you do it right, like Caleb at CSI. I mean, that guy knows how to make femmes. They can be done exceptionally well. It's just not my bag. I'm more of a naturalist, and I like to breed the traditional way. But that's just me.
All right. So we got from Bromley J. Uh, good, good day, good day, Mr. Green Thumb. I have a pack of your Shiatsu Kush. What can I expect from this pack?
I'm guessing it's probably one of the Shiatsu Kush F2s, which were very similar to these, but the F3s you can expect a lot more of, like I was saying, the rubber and vinyl notes. From the F2s that I did, just a hell of a lot of earth and gas and some of those traditional, like obviously the Kush notes in there. But yeah, real heavy smoke on those as well. The Shiatsu's always been real heavy, real tight, but they stretch quite well. They're just incredible plants.
All right, what's we got here? We got okay. From Arrowhead Hemp Farms 2.1. What parent stock? What parent stock was used for the Y2K?
Oh, the Super Skunk Y2K. That was a number of different P1 lines. I used old Sensi lines, so I think from around 2000. The reason it's called Super Skunk Y2K was a bunch of seeds that were collected around year 2000. And so I started popping a whole bunch of different P1 lines and did an open pollination with all of the phenotypes, both male and female. that had that pungency to them. So I culled a lot. There was some hazy stuff in there. I mean, there were some great plants all around, but the really skunky stuff, that was the only thing that went forward into making that line.
I didn't even know you had that. I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah,
You still got some mysteries to me.
it's been only out for a short amount of time so far.
All right, so we also have Shaman Smokes. Yeah, I did touch on this. So he says to continue outdoor strains to build on my question. He's in Maine, but I think we sort of touched on that already. Obviously, the fluffy. Anything else? Anything else from either of you guys? You already brought up the one as well. So if you guys want to talk about it a little bit more, any strains that you guys know that do really well outdoors.
Yeah, the
For myself,
sorry, go ahead, Thumb.
for myself, I can't say too much of my new stuff because I don't have too many testers that actually grow outdoors. A lot of them are in Canada, and this time of the year ain't nothing happening outdoors, regardless. And I could speak on a lot of my older gear because a lot of that has been grown outdoors, but none of that's available anymore. So there's no point even really speaking on it.
Hey, Thumb, didn't you have was it CBD Tree grew out some stuff? Was that a strawberry mousse?
Yeah,
Last season?
CB Tree, she did a grow off. Yeah, but see, that's got the fluffy in it. That's another
Oh,
good
okay.
example. Thanks for bringing that up.
Right.
So she did a big grow off in her outdoors. I think they were 100-gallon pots from 8 different breeders, and mine, she said, definitely took it home with a win. It was the strawberry mousse, which was a cross I did with the fluffy with the strawberry cough. And that one, she said, every single plant in her garden got coated in PM. She said it was brutal. And the strawberry mousse was the only plant that it didn't even touch. There wasn't a drop of it on it. I remember her showing me the video in her garden, showing me one right next to it, and it was just so coated. And then she just turned, and this thing was just gleaming and loving the sun. Like, it's incredible to see, right?
Yeah. Now I'll add to that. So the strawberry cough, it was a very sativa
Yes,
expression,
100%.
right? Yeah. So I've got a line that I'm going to be working this summer is going to be with Purple Satellite. Now, Purple Satellite, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. That's Green Mountain Seeds, I think, and it's an 78 Oaxacan crossed with a Nepali baglung. Now, the Nepali stuff is incredibly resistant to mold and mildew. That is a strain to breed with if you want to inject mold and mildew resistance and early flowering. It is a pure sativa expression, narrow leaf NLD expression, but it
1 second, Sprout. In your opinion, is it better to find those like the resistance qualities in like more like close to landrace strains or more hybrids that have already been created? But I would guess that's coming in through the family anyway. Like it's coming in through the line expressing itself, right?
on if it's a dominant trait or not. So with a Nepali, it does tend to pass that trait down. It also tends to pass on the early flowering. So I mean, there's two things to look at when you're trying to grow outdoors. You want something that's going to come in before the weather gets bad, if at all possible, and you also want it resistant to the elements, right? So with a Nepali, it comes down early. It starts flowering in July, and it's a full sativa expression, but it also is acclimated to that really harsh, cold, and wet terrain. And so when you use that in a cross, you can really beef up the environmental resistance, right? But it doesn't have the potency on its own. So when it's crossed with like this one Purple Satellite, it's crossed with the Oaxacan, which really kicks up the psychoactivity of it. And then you can start getting into the 20%, THC ranges and still have all of the other things attached to it though, right?
Yeah.
So another example of that is the Federation Hawaiian Sativa that I'm working with through Saturnalia Seeds. This is the old Hawaiian sativa. And this thing, again, because it's from a tropical climate that is adapted to a very humid environment, it never gets mold, it never gets mildew. And that's even up here where it's just cold and miserable and by the end of September, right? So crossing something like that, those landrace genetics that already have that built-in resistance, and then you find another true breeding strain, something that's very stable, and you cross those together, you get that true heterosis, you've got that hybrid vigor, and then that in itself will give you even better environmental resistance, just that hybrid vigor, because it grows so strong. but then you have those characteristics built in. That's your formula for success there.
What do you think about? I mean, this question was asked earlier, so I'm just going to throw it to you guys, especially you. What do you think about land races in this time and age right now? Um, that was exactly the question. So I'm just curious, what you think about them at this point with all the hybridization of everything. And, do you still find pure land races? Do you grow them? Do you like to work with them? Things like that.
Thumb, you want to take that one first?
Yeah, I don't have much to say. I'll just say that I don't have a ton of experience working with like pure landrace stuff like that as far as breeding and whatnot. The Shiatsu would probably be the only one. And at
Mhm.
the end of the day, it's a mystery. The Shiatsu could be a hybrid of a couple different things, so I'm not really too sure, but I would imagine it's fairly close. So that's why that's really the only one I could speak on. Whereas Sprout here, probably half your catalog is close to landrace gear, isn't
I've
it?
got a lot. Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's the way I look at land races they're basically building blocks. So they're none of them are going to stand up in a commercial setting, right? They're not pretty to look at for the most part. They're usually difficult to grow because they're adapted to their climate. And when you try and grow in a different climate they're not adapted to, they're just going to struggle. That being said, like something like the Lebanese hash plant. So the Lebanese hash plant is very much untouched, and this thing has wild seeds. They are tiny, tiny little seeds, and you can tell that this thing has never been hybridized.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a semi-auto flower. I mean, it's growing in the desert, in the hot, hot fucking desert, and this thing is adapted to take extreme heat, and it puts out this really exotic. It's like papaya and mango with a little hint of skunkiness in it, but it starts flowering in Canada in July and it gets huge. This thing will just keep bulking up for usually till mid end of September, and just massive limbs just stacked with trikes. So, that's a great land race that, while it doesn't have necessarily the potency, if you took that and you added something into it that had that potency, you're going to have a winner right there, right? So
That's the
again,
thing, like you said, building blocks, right? Like,
exactly, that's
Exactly.
right. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I've
Yeah.
got a stockpile of some unique Afghani stuff that needs to be worked a little bit more. This Badakhshan Afghani, it's a pure land race, and for an Afghani, you typically think broadleaf Afghani's dwarf, but this thing is huge, narrow leaf expression, and the high on it is electric. I mean, this is supposed to be a pure indica plant, but it is just electrifying, and so that I find the effects in these land races well beyond anything that is
yes.
commercially available. Like, these are very unique. These
Yeah.
are experiences that you're not getting from dispensary weed these
You'll get a
days.
much different high from those, a much more vivid high than you'd probably experience from any kind of crap you'd get from
That's
the
right.
dispo.
And I'd say it has character to it, right? It has
Yeah.
a particular personality to it.
Yeah.
I'll speak on what Squinton was saying there. That no, there's no more Samurai Fire, at least not for now. That was a cross I did with the Shinobi OG onto the Fire OG BX3. That's another one from BC Bud Depot. I found so many killer keepers from BC Bud Depot, but some people still ask me if he's around, and I can't even tell you to go to him anymore because from what Casper was telling me, Crop King Seeds up here in Canada bought BC Bud Depot out from
Oh
him, and
no!
he's fucking
Oh
he's
no!
sailed off to the islands with fucking millions. So
Oh no!
so BC Bud Depot was a no go anymore. So I'm
Not
glad that I
cracking.
found whatever keepers I found when they were still
Yeah.
available,
Yeah.
because he did have some really incredible stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that really the question, honestly, well, the question really was, tell me more. Tell me more. Oh, you were right. I thought he said, tell me more about the
Oh yeah,
Samurai Fire.
he just wants more of it.
My
I'm going to
bad.
be continuing that strain though. That Samurai Fire will be getting F2'd at some point.
My
Pretty
bad.
much every strain that I've done with that Fire OG BX3 has just turned out so incredible. I call that my Queen Midas cut now because everything it touches just turns to fucking gold.
Yeah, that the Fire OG you used with Shiatsu as well, did you not?
Yep, yep. That's the Sensei
Right, there
Fire in this new
you go.
cross.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's got to
those
be
are
huge.
available on the site. Yep.
Those, yeah, exactly. I was going to anybody that's in the United States, again, you guys can now go to the site and grab Thumbprint Genetics gear. I'll say that, 2 or 3 times until we're done,
Yep.
just to let you guys know, if you're in America, make it easy. You guys, if you're in Canada, by all means, like order from them. Order
It's
even
one of the most potent keepers I have in my garden, that Fire OG. And every cross I do with it just comes out so incredible and so potent. That's just one thing I always look for, is potency. So that thing to me is just golden. I love it so much, and it's going to stay in my roster forever.
yeah, Bob's weed. I will. I will. I will. And we'll be there soon. So we'll be there soon. Yeah.
Sprout,
Um,
you can speak on that next question there, the one you breed to F5, F6.
right. So zero tolerance when you breed the F5, F6. What are you doing with the previous generations?
Well, with my process, what I like to do is I will hold on to the previous generation in clone form until I can guarantee that the subsequent generation is improved. And then I always catalog every generation that I'm doing. So like with Romulan, I think I'm at F8, F9 on Romulan right now. And
Jeez.
I've got Romulan F1, F2. I mean, they're all in storage, because if I want to go back and look through those again to tease something out that has been lost along the way, I have the option to do that.
Exactly.
And then also just, every generation that I'm working on, like I said, if the next generation isn't better than the last, then I have to go back and rework it.
It's got to
So I
improve,
keep
yeah.
every one, but yeah.
All right. All right. What else do we have here? Do you want to? Oh, that was okay. I guess. Yeah. All right. Let's.
Yeah. Throw up the next one.
So tuna, it's not broke. I don't know. Maybe you should have went in and came back out because the comments are fine. I don't know when that's from. Um,
That's usually the issue. You just got to back out and come back
yep.
in.
All right. So what is the P1 line?
That's the parental line. So the very first, so if you're doing like a hybrid cross, say for instance, off the top of my head, I'm doing a Hawaiian Shiatsu, or sorry, not Hawaiian Shiatsu, Hawaiian Romulan. So your Hawaiian and your Romulan are your P1, P2, and then that produces your F1 generation.
So
So your
P2 would
P1 generation,
basically be like grandparents, right?
your P1 generation is your
It would be
starting line,
the male and the
and then the
female.
F1 generation is your first set of
Yeah.
offspring.
So the
That's
parent, basically the
right.
parents.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, P for parent.
So where did your Romulan come from? Out of curiosity, because I work with Jake from Romulan, and I know there's a couple different Romulans going around. So I guess
So
curiosity.
the Romulan that I have is something that it's kind of did it three ways. So Romulan was really popular out here in BC. It was going around the island for a long time. I think it came up originally from Cali, and I'm sure Jake knows the story on that. But it was going around as a clone, but then Next Generation Seeds and Federation Seeds both had Romulans. And this was at the time that I got these, around the time that Emery was busted and was extradited to the U.S. And so a bunch of these seed banks were closing up. So they didn't want to get busted. Everyone was closing up shop. I managed to get a pack of Federation Romulan, and it was an old pack. It just been sitting around for a while, and only one germed, and that was a male. I also obtained a Romulan clone that was going around BC, and I found a pack of Next Generations Romulan, and I mixed them all together. So I just did an open pollination, and they were all very similar. The Romulan, I have seen a little bit more variation in the very first, like the F1s, but after that, it just got very stable. Um, I believe the Romulan that Jake works with, I've seen this come up in like the F1, F2s. There's a taller, I'm not going to say lankier. It's more, it has a bigger stretch to it and less branching. And the Romulan that I'm working with is very, very short and squat and branchy as all hell. Like this thing is a total chode. It grows wider than it grows taller. But it is profoundly medicinal. This thing will put you on your ass. It will cure what ails you. And the
I know
reason why
a
I've
couple
kept,
people that have grown your Romulan and they fucking loved it.
yeah, and it yields incredibly
Yeah.
well, like just massive buds. It's tricky because it is an inbred line, so you do have to have a little bit of skill to be able to grow it well. But it is also an incredible breeding tool because it is so inbred and
Yeah.
so stable. Every single plant that comes out of it is it's like furniture polish, that pine sol smell, that, you know, really dank pine. And I love it. And it like I said, it fixes everything. It's a profoundly medicinal strain, and it
You
needs
go.
to
You just
be.
answered the next question. They said, "What's your Romulan smell like?"
There you go.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Yep.
like lemon pine sol all day long, and
Yeah.
it will impart that into a vast majority of its offspring as well, and its hybrids.
Yeah, I like the Romulan, man. Romulan is old
Classic,
school.
bro. Classic.
Yeah, classic. This is good.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to beat.
All right, so you guys have any other questions, man? Hit that question box down there. That was pretty much all the questions that you guys put in so far. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of time. Put your questions through. I'm not gonna keep these guys too much longer. I think we've been almost an hour. I mean, we could stay here all night probably, but
Of
it's
course.
up to you guys to ask the questions that you guys want to ask. Get them in, and we'll get to them.
I'll just speak on some stuff that I'm working on and got upcoming. So I'm just now sprouting some of the new stuff that I created that'll be coming probably late summer or into the fall, which will be the Black Matter F2s and a bunch of different Black Matter crosses. The Black Matter itself is kind of my preservation project of the Black Domina, because the Black Domina that I have in the mix on that just speaks through so well on the Black Matter itself, as far as the like real dank old leather terps. Like the leather to me is what always spoke through with the Black Domina, and it actually is like so prevalent in the keeper that I used for these F2s. So I'm really hopeful for the offspring. I've got them all in the garden right now. They're probably in early veg, so we'll see how they go. And I'm going to be shooting off a whole bunch of packs to all the testers of them very shortly too. But the next stuff that's up and coming will be the V2 crosses of those Shiatsu crosses.
Here, let's get to Rachel. Okay. So just so you guys know, I really want you guys to put the questions into a question box, but I do see your question. I think it's Rachel. How do you lose? How much do you lose breeding indoors versus breeding outdoors, as far as temps? I think terps. As far as terps, cannabinoids.
Oh, okay. I think I understand what you mean there. Um, so indoors, if you can control your temperatures, obviously you're going to be able to, like, a lot of those terpenes are really volatile, right? So they're
Mm-hmm.
going to off gas at a higher temperature. Some strains outdoors, they will lose it. Like they just, the sun cooks them off. I mean, we're dealing with 44 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit sometimes. So, um, you know, certain strains that don't have, or that have, volatile terps, they will lose them. But certain strains you can develop them so they'll maintain that a little bit more. But indoors, you tend to be able to have that, controlled environment, and you're less likely to lose those volatiles. Actually, I will say one more thing on that. When it comes to thiol content, that is dramatically increased outdoors under natural sunlight. So thiol content, which is, people tend to think of the skunk aroma as a terpene, but it's a thiol, and it's like it's almost like an alcohol, and so it burns off, like the outdoors, the stimulation from the natural sunlight really increases the thiol content, and you'll be able to capture that more outside. Indoors, sometimes it won't even express. So if you're underneath LEDs in a cooler temperature, you might not be able to bring that skunky aroma out, but outdoors you're going to have a much better ability to do that.
Yeah, the sun makes a big difference in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're talking about skunk, so that is more like the thiols, like the that's where the skunkiness really is, where it comes from. Is
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's sprout from Hellfire Gardens? What sprouts fastest finishing outdoor?
That'll be Frostberry. Frostberry will usually finish up at the end of August and the first week, maybe 2 of September, depending on location.
All right, so I mean, we could talk about the drop. What's on the site. I mean, I know we touched on it a little bit.
Yep.
If you want to let them know, I think we dropped six strains that you just dropped a couple weeks ago
Yep. Yep.
that are available on the site now. We might as well talk about that and what's coming up.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously the F3s are on there. Like I said, definitely continued with the Foot Locker Terps, as I like to call
Yeah.
them, like that brand new rubber vinyl. Like that just speaks through incredibly. And then it definitely comes through. You get the rubber and vinyl on the other crosses as well. Almost every one I had it come through. But the terps and structure from a lot of the mothers still maintained within them as well. Like the strawberry pave came through incredibly on the Tokyo pave with the shiatsu, but a lot of rubber with it that was not in the actual strawberry pave itself. And then and as far as the other ones, like the pink sake, the Astro Pink OG with the Shiatsu Kush, the Astro Pink OG is actually a cross I did with the Astro Pink and Professor Sprout's Lucky OG Kush, which was a real cushy. Um, the actual pink terps is like a spice cupboard. Like when you get real pink Kush, I always compare it to like a spice cupboard, like just a whole mix of spices and you get that like the spice from the Astro Pink with the rubber from the Shiatsu, just incredible combinations on a whole lot of them as far as like flavor combinations. But all of them are fairly medium-sized plants. None of them stretched too far. Like none of the keepers that I'm using are incredibly tall plants. Usually in the shorter to medium range.
On the Astro Pink, is there pink pistols at all?
No, see, I'll get Sprout to speak on that too, because I know you know the pink pistils. I'm pretty sure only comes from natural sunlight when you're growing outdoors. I don't think I've ever seen pink pistils on a plant being grown indoors, like under LEDs or something. And as far as what I've learned, it's only the natural sunlight that causes that to
All
happen.
right, I know these guys. Skinnaman's doing a grow off right now, and they're in search of the pink pistols. So let's see if you find them, bro. Let's see if you find them. After what he said, we'll
Yeah,
see if you
I'd be
actually
very
find them indoors or not.
surprised because I've never seen it on an indoor plant. And
Yeah,
like from all the research I've done and from what I've learned, like it's only prevalent in outdoor plants.
Yeah.
because
You'll see it way more in the outdoor, and it's a reaction to UV light. So you can do it indoors if you supplement with UV. A CMH will do
Okay,
it.
there you go.
So that's the only other time I've seen it with like the Romulan will throw the neon pink stigmas outdoors. It rarely will do it inside. The difference is if you put a CMH over it, that UV light really brings it out.
Gotta have that
And like
UV
that purple
in the mix.
satellite that I was talking about before, that thing will do it as well. But again, it's an outdoor strain. You're going to want to have some UV light hitting it to get that expression.
Mm-hmm. I've had a few people get them from some of my strains, but it's always been outdoors.
Yes. Well, some LED bars they have. I mean, I don't typically use LED very much myself, but I know they do have ultraviolet diodes now.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be able to get it just depending on the
The
brand that you're
question is
looking
though,
for.
is that UV as strong as what the sun's
Oh no.
producing, right?
No,
Yeah.
no. But the CMH is
Yeah.
very strong, so you'll get it with the CMH for sure. I've seen that a couple times. But yeah, you throw it outdoors for in the bright sun for a couple days, and you'll see it almost immediately.
Yeah, see, me and Skinnaman talked about the pink. The pink, the issue I had with the pink was when people call a strainer, they put pink in the mix, but there's no actual pink cushion in the fucking lineage. It's retarded to me
Yeah.
yeah,
because that's such
I was
a specific terp profile. It's so specific.
yeah, I was curious about the pink just because I literally had him on last week, bro. And we were just talking about the pink, and I was just fucking with him, not fucking with him because I was like my girl. I said if you all find a cut with the pink, I want it because I know my girl would
But
love
yeah,
it.
then I think
Yeah.
Skinnaman told me he was naming it pink because of the pink pistols, right? But to me, it's no good to do that because like I'm me, like who's a pink Kush connoisseur. I love fucking pink Kush. I might get that expecting to get that from the plant, but I'm not going to because there's none of that in the lineage. There's nothing there, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's both ways, Yeah, if yeah,
It's the same with
I get where you're coming from.
blue and black. You could do it with a bunch of different colors. Like it's so wrong to name a strain with those colors in it if there's none of that in the lineage.
Just like it's like I talked to we brought up the green crack and Tino, and um, we always have this conversation about how if you're gonna call something strawberry pave, it better fucking have some strawberry to it, man. Like,
Agreed.
like
Yeah,
blueberry should fucking be like blueberry.
yeah,
Bubblegum
of
should be,
course.
So,
I've got a couple strains I did with the blueberry, and the blueberry is so pronounced in the strains that I did it with. I literally told all these motherfuckers on my live stream, if you guys grow this shit and you don't fucking get a face full of blueberries when you're growing it, I'll come on here and fucking slap myself in the face. And I've yet to do that. So
right. That's what I'm saying,
everyone
bro. Name it,
that's grown them is like, bro, straight blueberries. Like,
yeah, don't call something something that's like totally not exact. Like if you name something
yeah,
something like that, it really should reflect the strain. Don't
of
just name
course.
it fucking, something like I don't know, man. But he's saying he didn't name the strain. I see him, bro. He didn't name it. He said, "Don't shoot the
Yeah,
grove."
yeah.
I know he didn't grow.
Yeah, no. Me and him already talked about it. It was
Uh,
funny. But like he said, he was the name, the pink in the one he's growing is referring to how it gets pink pistils.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so we did put the F3s on the site,
Yep.
right? I just want to make sure.
The F3s are on there with all the other
Okay.
crosses, I'm pretty sure.
All right, so that's all on the site, guys. So you guys know that. Um, and here we have another question. Let's see what we got. We have. All right. I think we already talked about. I'm just gonna read it again because it's a different person. Maybe he just came through. I really think we did talk about this though. What's the terpenes like on the Super Skunk Y2K?
Okay, so the terpenes on the Y2K are going to be a little bit varied. So you're going to have some of the cheese terps coming through. You're going to get the skunky stuff. You're going to get some of that garlic, acrid stuff, a little bit of cat piss in there every once in a while, which aren't my favorite. But then every once in a while you get like almost like a Jeezel. And if you guys are familiar with Jeezel at all, or Mass Super Skunk, it's very similar to that. And it's very skunky. It's not what you would think of as roadkill. That's kind of a different beast altogether. But the classic old school super skunk from like around year 2000, the stuff that was going around that it was getting people's places blown up. Like everyone would know that you're growing super skunk because it was so fucking skunky. But it is an open pollination and using multiple males, multiple females. So expect to do some hunting there. And it's not going to be consistent because that's not the goal with that one. It's to capture all of that super skunk genetics and move it forward. So that'll be a line that will just continuously be worked forward.
My goal is to find what I fucking had in high school, buddy. The critical mass I had one day in high school. I got fucking 3 ounces of this shit, and I had to convince my family that I got sprayed by a skunk because this shit, like, it was so skunky, it was ridiculous. I was walking 30, 40 feet ahead of my friends, and they were behind me, and they could smell this shit just pouring off me. It was probably like a fucking cloud just hitting them. And then I still remember my mom coming downstairs when I was 16 and telling me I had to put my backpack or my clothes outside at like 3 in the morning because the literally just went through the whole house, the fucking smell of these 3 ounces in my fucking backpack. But I've literally yet to get smacked in the face like that with some bud like that again. So
No,
hopefully we can
and
find it. We'll see.
yeah, I miss it. I miss it. I haven't really seen it. I mean, you guys have, like I said, some different genetics than we have.
If anyone knows where to find some critical mass, hit me up because fuck.
Yeah, that's a good
Hey,
question.
critical mass is essentially just a super skunk. It's an Afghani skunk #1
Oh, was
cross.
it? Is that all it was?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. So that's where that's coming from.
I guess so. Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's the Afghani.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
roadkill
that's where it comes from, right?
aroma
Yeah.
comes from that Afghani that's crossed into the skunk #1, and that's where you're getting most of that. So yeah, the critical mass for sure.
It was
Big Bud was very much the same thing. Big Bud was
literally like a chemical cloud of fucking skunk smell just coming off this shit like crazy.
And it was a big yielder, so commercial growers loved it, right? So
yeah. It actually surprises me it's still not around anymore. Like as prevalent as it should be. Like as good as it was.
yeah, it's just not as pretty looking as the new stuff.
That's the thing, right? It all comes down to fucking bag appeal, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I could give a fuck what something looks like at the end of the day.
I don't
It's
care.
all about smoke. No.
Exactly, man. I feel like there's, way back when, um, we that look good was good. It's not
Yeah.
like that anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's like weird, man. Like I grew out some like Gary Payton something, and the shit didn't look that, bro. That was like some of the dankest weed I fucking smoked in a while. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is,
Yeah.
but it didn't look that like the bag appeal. Not like like the pure, the Oreos, the whatever, the this, the that. Like some of that shit just looks like it should be like on a mantle somewhere, like
Of,
framed. It's just beautiful,
of course, of
but it
course.
doesn't mean it's
And
that good. It's just
don't
wild.
don't get me
Like,
wrong. Like I'd say probably like 8 times out of 10, if it looks bad, it probably is bad. But sometimes like it is not. Like just because it looks bad, it does not mean it is.
no,
Yeah,
definitely not. Not nowadays. It's sort of crazy.
yeah.
Um, so you got the Yao Ming. So that has the Gary Payton in it. How do you feel about the Gary Payton? Obviously, you
I,
used it in
I
lacrosse.
to be honest, I am not a fan of like the hype stuff. I never jump on it, like the runts and all this shit. And I knew I know the Gary Payton's a hype cut, but it's not as like hasn't been as prevalent around as I've seen like others like runts and stuff has been.
Yeah.
But what was it? My buddy on here, Lundy Grows, who's a local guy I know too, he gave me that cut, and he actually gave me the strawberry pave cut that I've been working with as well. Both are pretty hype, and he's growing them. And I didn't really want them at first, but he gave me the Gary. He's like, "Bro, just grow the Gary. Just do it for me. Grow it, and just see how you like it." And I didn't want to like it, man. I honestly didn't want to like it, but fuck, man, that shit was such an incredible
Yeah.
smoke, man. It put me on my fucking ass, man, and
Yo, it's
I couldn't deny
fucking
it. I couldn't hate on it. The smoke was so good, I just could not hate on it. So
no,
yeah,
dude. The Gary's fucking
yeah,
fire, bro. Like I'm not about some of
yeah,
these other
yeah.
strains. The Gary,
It
I don't
deserves
know.
the hype, like someone just said there. It deserves the
It
hype.
just does, man. It is fucking a fire.
Yeah.
It's a good cultivar, man. It tastes
So
good, terps are
I
there.
decided to see how well it did with getting crossed because some shit doesn't like getting crossed. Like I've experienced that. Like the black banana F2s that I was working with, I did a few crosses with those, and it just did not like it. Like 3 out of 4 crosses, I was getting probably like 80-90% mutants from all the offspring, which is just I can't give those to people. It's just ridiculous. But one of them actually had some real gems that did come from like the 10% that were viable, which was the was it
Mm.
the banana berry bombs? I did it with the strawberry. So I just gave those out as freebies and told people like on the packaging, just expect a high ratio of mutants from these, but there are gems in the package still if you do get stable stuff. But
Mm.
I just had to end up getting rid of that cultivar because it's just I only want to keep stuff in my garden that I'm planning on actually like continuing and working lines into and stuff. But that thing you can't do anything with it, so I had to get rid of it. And it was an amazing smoke. It sucked. I loved it. I probably flowered it out like 12 different times, and it was incredible. But just yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to be stable for those purposes, for breeding purposes.
Yeah, I mean, we got somebody in here right now, and I see what he's saying. And he's been doing it a long time, man. People don't know who he is. And I'm going to give him a shout out right now, Wolfpack Selections. He's actually like the main person who actually bred most of the stuff for MB Genetics.
Oh, so
So that's
cool.
actually who that is now. So if you guys know who Envy is, then you guys know who Wolfpack is.
I
And
think
he,
I'm familiar with the story of what happened there. Like they were working together, and then
yeah,
I think I heard of something like that back when I first got on
that's
here.
it.
Because I was watching NV Genetics a lot back in the day, and then they just started to fall off from what I noticed.
Yeah, we all were. We all were.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
fucking him right there. If you guys ever
That's what
know,
I heard. He was the man behind it that
he
was
was
making
the
it all
man.
pop off, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he be killing it right now. He be killing it, bro. So
That's
I just
awesome.
wanted to
Good to
give it,
hear.
yeah, just wanted to give a shout out to him because he's definitely the home. I've asked him to come on, and we're gonna have him come through here one of these
Beautiful,
nights again.
beautiful.
And let him tell. Like I think that more people need to hear what happened because we just do.
Yeah.
No, you aren't. What having you on? Is that what you're saying? No, I don't know what he's saying. No, you are, and I have no idea. But yeah, I'm having your ass on here again soon, bro. Um,
Oh, that's
hey,
awesome.
anybody else has any questions, man? Feel free to ask. We're probably gonna hang out here for another. Oh no, no one knows the story. Okay, oh, no one knows the whole story,
Obviously,
but this
yeah.
is never
He's
told.
never told it.
Okay, never told it.
It's
Okay,
all
yeah,
shit that gets heard through the grapevine, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is that is Jay Envy, and he
Yeah,
parted ways and is doing his own thing now, and now it's
that's
Wolfpack
awesome.
Selections. So that's who he is. They put out a lot of fire back in the day. I have a couple
Yeah,
packs
yeah.
myself, so that's the dude that did like we'll say 98% of the
Mm,
breeding. He'll probably say whatever, but that's him. I'm sure somewhere in that area. We'll just call it that. Of course, man. You already
yeah.
know, bro. Um, Yeah, but besides that, man, you can now get Thumbprint Genetics at Dark
That's
Star Genetics
beautiful.
Seed Bank, y'all.
Yep. It's beautiful for all the peeps in the States. Can just use your credit card. It's much easier.
You can pay with your credit card, man. Well, yeah, make it a lot easier. And we need to figure, I want to check out. I'm going to go to his site and check out what he's got on
You'll
there
love
too, because
his site's incredibly set up.
okay,
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
much
okay,
obliged.
Yeah.
absolutely, man. You got, you've been
Anything
doing it a
else you
long time. I
want to
appreciate.
speak on, Sprout? Anything you're working
Yeah.
on or whatever?
Yeah, I'm sure. A few projects that I've got going on right now. I'm just doing an NL13 open pollination that's happening this week. That's there is some really funky stuff in there, super skunky. That's an NL5 Romulan cross. Then also working the Romulan ale for the third time. I've done this 3 times in a row, and I've got the winner now. So this is a blueberry Romulan.
So
Doing some of the Hawaiian Romulan, working with the Hawaiian a bit more, and a little bit more with the LA Con, doing the LAX, which is the LA Confidential back cross, getting that stabilized back into regular seed form before we lose that one too.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's all about preservation, buddy.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
All right. Where is his Northern Light stock from that he worked with? Is what the question is.
The NL5 that I'm using in the NL13 that came from Peak Seeds BC. If you're familiar, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Peak Seeds, but this guy, I don't actually think he offers his seeds to the public market anymore. I think he's going legit. But he basically just worked a few cultivars like Blueberry, Cinderella 99, Northern Lights, Island Sweet Skunk, only a handful of strains for years and years and years, and just perfected them. So if you can find any of Peak Seed stuff, it is absolute, like,
Did
beautiful
you say
breeding. Peak,
peak, like PEAK?
like peak of the mountain.
Okay, okay, yeah.
What else do we have? Can you describe the NL5?
NL5 is, it basically doesn't branch much. It's a single cola, not a lot of smell to it. Very indica effect, sedative. I use it a lot for my Crohn's disease. It was really beneficial in helping control pain and stimulate appetite. Really slow growing though, and not a lot of smell. But interestingly enough, when you cross it, it brings out incredible aroma and usually really pungent.
Mm. See, that's the thing. You never know until you do it,
Yeah.
right?
All right, what else do we got? What up, Crown Solo? How you been, bro? I ain't seen you around, man. Good to see you. Um,
But yeah, that's why I always tell people at home too. Like, if you want to do breeding at home, like, do it. Like, who cares? Go for it. You might create something really fucking cool that no one's seen before.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%, bro. All right, this is from Rachel. Rachel again. How often do you bring in genetics from outside the continent to get new varieties?
I don't, but he does.
Yeah, I do
So hit
it
that.
often. Like I said, I got the Nepali stuff coming in, the purple satellite stuff, the Lebanese, a lot of Afghani land races. I like building up a stockpile of those land race genetics. I've got some stuff in the freezer that's Thai, some of the old chocolate Thai. Got some Oaxacan, some Acapulco Gold, a bunch of that stuff, and some of that's come from Snow High. So great stuff,
Yeah.
and he's got an incredible
Snow,
catalog.
Snow Hive got some
Oh,
incredible
just
stuff.
absolutely amazing. Yeah, so I try and bring in, and I've got like a Michoacan from Mexico, and some Colombian, 72 Colombian, and yeah, I just like having that stuff around because, it takes a lot more effort to grow that stuff out and breed it and stabilize it, but it's worth keeping, and I need to get going on some of those projects soon
Yeah.
before they lose their viability. I don't want to lose that.
Yeah. Wolfpack, I'm in Toronto and he's out in BC.
And here you go. This is a good question from Kid Frost because I think he came in a little bit late,
Yep.
and his son has Crohn's disease.
Mm.
So he said, "So you're saying NL5 works well?"
Yeah, actually, I have some better recommendations. So I'm sorry to hear that, man. It's rough. It's rough going. Romulan does exceptionally well for the it's the cramping and stomach pain. Romulan will work really well, but I did a cross specifically to target the symptoms of Crohn's disease, and that's Master Medica. So check out Master Medica. That's a Afghani and a Hindu cross, and that thing is incredible, especially when taken as edible. It really gets in there. It's anti-inflammatory, and it will really soothe the hyperspasmodic colon. So that will help a lot.
What's the cross on that Master Medica again? I grew that shit. It was
It's
incredible.
an Afghani, double Afghani essentially, Afghan Kush, Hindu Kush cross.
Yeah.
So like a broadleaf Afghani and more a narrow leaf Hindu.
Mm.
Would it help for colitis?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I have other friends and family members that have similar issues, and it works really good by, especially for colitis, if you're consuming it as an edible, making it into an oil, or even just using an infusion with coconut oil. It really gets in there, and it has a topical anti-inflammatory effect in the digestive tract, and it can actually heal some of the ulcerations as well. So it's definitely one to look at for that.
So I don't use for medicinal purposes, Fred. I've never asked you this. Is it better? Like, do you get better medicinal effects from something when it's done as an edible as opposed to smoking it, or is that like a personal thing?
It depends. So with Crohn's disease, because it's the nature of the disease, you get more. If you can get the cannabinoids into the digestive tract, they can have a topical effect. Whereas something like with nerve pain, a lot of customers have nerve pain, and I'll recommend something that's better served by an inhalant. So if you're using a vape or smoking, it will have a better effect. Yeah,
that totally makes sense.
Can you type out that strain? Kid Frost says, can you please pin that strain?
The Rick Simpson oil, that's the shit right there. That's an incredible motherfucker, that dude.
I'll tell you one thing. This Master Medica, my mother passed about 2015 from pancreatic cancer, and we only had 6 months with her when she was diagnosed. It hit her hard and fast. She was only 56, and she was given, of course, as much pain medication as she could handle in the final days, and fentanyl patches and everything. Nothing was helping her. I made a Rick Simpson oil from the Master Medica. She was able to eat with us. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing, man, because we were able to have a couple last meals with her where she was
and that makes all the difference.
Yeah, man. And that for us, it was, gave us some, really wonderful final moments with her. So
that moments at the end, right?
Yeah.
And that was the Master Medica again.
Okay, so that's what it was. Do you want to type it out so I could pin it for him? So he could
one of you guys did. I'll do it again.
You did it? I didn't see
I'd
it.
love to learn the process of making RSO.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I think I might be missing comments. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. I'm commenting on my other phone and not seeing my own comments. So Kid Frost, hit him up. I'll let you know what it is because I'm not seeing him type it out, or I would pin it for you, brother.
Yeah, I can see it there.
Oh wait, I can see Skinnaman said it. There it is.
Yeah,
I didn't see
Master Medica.
All right.
You actually gave me some pollen of that when you sent me the shiatsu pollen, and I did a cross with it onto the fluffy waffles keeper that I have and called it the doctor's waffles. Did you see the video I posted recently? The CP3, that was the strain she was talking about, which the doctor's waffle that has the Master Medica in it.
And the hint as well, the Master Medica will produce some really skunky stuff. There's definitely skunk to be found in the Master Medica line.
And that's what it is.
But was loving it.
Is that correct? Master Medica?
Master Medica.
All right, he got it. Yeah. All right, perfect. All right. Perfect. All right, guys. This is your last chance. Any questions you guys have, feel free to ask. I think we kept them for about an hour and a half. That's about the time I want. I was going to try to keep them a little bit longer, but I've been sitting here a while.
It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful.
It has. It's been an excellent night, man. I appreciate you coming on for the first time, Professor. Nice to have you. It's pretty easy. Goes well.
Yep.
Time flies.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
It's great having you on here, Sprott. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Cheers, buddy.
Absolutely. So you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask besides wreck yourself. Jeez. All right. I guess nobody has any questions left, man. I'm gonna let these guys go.
It's all
I'm gonna
good.
let these guys go.
All you guys enjoy the rest of your night. It's been great talking. Anyone wants anything else, just hit me in the DM or Sprout in the DM.
Hell yeah, I appreciate you guys big
Yeah,
time, man.
appreciate
Thank you guys for coming
you too,
on.
buddy.
All right,
Um,
gentlemen. Thank you.
here's one more thing. Wait,
Yep.
anything other than laughing lion for respiratory?
Oh,
That'll be the last question.
yeah. Okay. Let me think on that for a second. Shit, you know what I'm going to say? It's going to come down to the Master Medica again. And the reason for that is that the Afghan Kush that I used in that cross, it had a very pronounced vasodilatory effect in the bronchioles. So you would smoke it and it would actually open up your lungs. And it's almost like it worked in the way that menthol would. You know, it would really expand the bronchioles. So that would again be another one I'd point you towards Master Medica for that, for any sort of respiratory stuff.
All right. And I'm gonna read 517's comment because I'm gonna read it. I ran the NL5 I ran with straight 90s Hawaiian punch, drink terps. And he didn't mention frankincense. Just saying. Um so okay, real quick, we'll go latest projects.
The stuff I was speaking on before, the Black Matter F2s that'll be coming probably late summer or into the fall, which is like my Black Domina preservation project. And then after that, the stuff I'll be working on will be my Murder MILF crosses, which was a strain I created. That actually has some ear stuff in it, Sprout. The Murder MILF is
Deep kill.
the Dairy MILF cross to the, sorry, what'd you say?
Was it the deep kill that you used in that?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The deep kill,
Right.
which is the Tom Hill deep chunk with the grow
right.
kill? Yeah,
The deep shock, let's go.
yeah.
And what was the name again? Murder
The
MILF?
murder
MILF
milf.
murder?
That's his deep kill cross to my dairy milf. The dairy milf was a strain that my wife created because when she was pregnant, she was milking all over the place, calling herself the dairy milf, and you're like, oh.
I
She's
mean,
like, you got
yeah.
to name a strain called the Dairy MILF. And I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, go pick a couple of strains from a seed bank and I'll
Let's
mix it together and
go.
we'll see what fucking happens. And she picked Jelly Milk from Soulfire and the Mac and Blue Cheese from Santa Cruz Cannabis Company. Put those together and they were fucking incredible. Like, it was so creamy and gassy. The cream was the main thing. I couldn't believe how creamy the shit was. I'd rarely smoked a strain and got that heavy cream from it. So I just decided to continue it. So I took it to a F2 before I released it to everyone. And it's just done incredible things. People have fucking loved it. I've done a bunch of different crosses with it. One of the ones that's in the Shiatsu drop is the Milfsicle, which is the
Yeah.
which is the dairy milf cross to the kumquat from Create Genetics.
Let's fucking go,
And,
bro. I'm sorry. I
and,
love it. I
and,
love it, man.
and,
Like,
and that shit is just like a fucking yogurt parfait. Like the fucking cream and the fruit. The few times I flouted it out, that's what I got from it every time. It just reminded me of like a yogurt parfait. So the Milfsicle got crossed to the Shiatsu, and that's the Asian Persuasion.
and this stuff's on the site, y'all, too, because I just loaded it. And I'm like, these are some fucking names right here. I love it, bro. Good.
Yeah. Name's half the fun. I actually do a thing when I usually do a drop where I let the community do a name. So I'm going to do that for the Black Matter drop. I've got the Boss Scotty from Soulfire cross to the Black Matter. So I'm going to put a post up and let everyone name that. At first, when I was doing it, I was picking the name, but I decided to change it. So now whatever name gets the most likes is just the name that goes on that strain. So I've done that a few times now, and everyone loves it because some people want to want to breed but can't, or they like the whole naming process of it but never really are able to get involved. So that gives someone the opportunity to name a strain and kind of have their mark on it, right?
Yeah, no doubt, bro. A lot of people do. I see Tino just came in here. I know I seen him do, I think it's cool when someone gets to name a
Yeah,
strain because it's always there. Like, you could always look back, and be like, yeah, I named that. I named that strain. We smoking
it's
on the
cool.
strain,
Let's
I
help
think, it is cool.
one leave their mark, that otherwise
Absolutely.
wouldn't be able to.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that was to both you guys. I think we touched on it already. I don't know if he just came in. You know, people do come and go through the time that we've been here. So if you want to talk about on a project, upcoming project as well, Professor, you're welcome to, and we'll
Sure
probably
thing.
end the night at that point.
Yeah. So I'll just talk about the Nakatomi Doja that I released recently. That was at Christmas time. So that's the Shiatsu, the purple pheno male, crossed into the LA Confidential, and that one's giving you the coffee, the heavy coffee,
Yeah, what we were talking about
spunky.
earlier there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are talking about that one earlier.
Mhm.
Then I'm also doing some more work with the Shiatsu males with the Hawaiian sativa. That's going to be called Pacific Rim. So I'm bringing together the Japanese and the Hawaiian influence together on that one. And then also I'm using that the Shiatsu purple male on Black Rose Indica, and that's going to be Tokyo Rose. So that one's coming up too.
Nice.
Oh yeah. All right. Cool. I fucking appreciate you guys, huge man. Really appreciate
Oh, I
you
appreciate you
guys.
too, buddy.
Thank you very
We'll
much.
It's been
have
a pleasure.
do it again. You know, the next drop you have coming up is hot. When is that next drop coming up?
March 16th, I put up the post today for it.
All right, so we'll have you come back on right around March
Yeah, yeah, we'll
16th.
do
How about
something
that?
before then.
All
Yeah.
right. You guys give these guys a follow. A lot of knowledge there. And, you know, like I said, the stuff's on the site now. Go check out his site. And yeah, I appreciate everybody, man. I
That's what's up.
appreciate everybody. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night, and we'll do this again
Much love
soon. We'll definitely
Cheers,
do it
to you,
again
gentlemen.
buddy,
soon.
Professor, everyone. Have a great night.
All right, guys.
Good one, guys. Cheers.
All right, let me get these guys. All right, so listen, we still have Wolfpack in here. I think, you know, we can go like 20 more minutes. If anybody wants to just jump in, send an invite. Wolfpack, if you want to come in, Tino, whoever, we can go 20 more, you know, we can go 20 more minutes. I'm cool with doing that. If nobody wants to jump in, I'm totally cool with that as well. I don't care. You know, I know it's Valentine's Day, guys. I mean, I can't be with my girl, so at least I got you all. At least I got you guys to hang out with, right? Um, yeah. So I'll just, you know, we'll sit here for a sec. Oh, there we go. We got somebody who wants to come in. Let's see what it is. Ah, you want to come in? I don't want to talk shit, bro. I don't want to come in and talk shit. I don't want to do it. Another time, bro. I mean, I respect that. I know you are very passionate about what you want to talk about, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, bro. I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna do it. Not tonight. Not tonight. Maybe we have that conversation another night. Yeah, not tonight though. But I appreciate you trying to come in, bro. You know, I got respect for you. You know, I seen you at previous ball. We all good, but I'm just mentally throw up a skunk if you want me to toss out a pack of beans. I'm with that. Oh, here comes Wolfpack. Let's get Wolfpack in here. Oh, we got 517 too. All right, let's get Wolfpack and 517 up in here. I was letting you guys in. All right, we got Wolfpack in here. Let's go.
What's up, brother?
Not much, man. We get 517 in here too.
Hey,
All right.
hey, what's up, dude?
What is up, my brother? How you been?
I've been good, man. I've been good. Just laying
Oh,
low. Laying.
we got in-house in here too. What's up?
Oh,
I can't see anybody.
What's up, man? Come on in,
Der-
bro.
Derek? The Derek in house?
Brandon.
Oh,
Brandon. Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
I don't know Brandon. I knew Derek.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Um,
What's up?
Dark about to be
Yeah,
live for another hour. I don't know about that, yo. I don't think so. But I did want to bring in these guys. I mean, shit, we still got a couple minutes left, and I figured, why not? If you guys don't know who he is, this is MB. Oh, my bad. I meant Wolfpack Genetics. That's Wolfpack
Yeah, it's all
JMB.
good, bro. It's
Wolfpack
all
Genetics
good.
right there in the
It's
house.
all good, dude. Yeah. So for that guy that was like, dude, Envy fell off, it's because I left. That's why.
This is what
yeah.
this is what people need to know, bro. That's why I wanted to have you for a full
Yeah.
hour. I want to have you for a full hour so we can talk about what you got coming
Yeah.
up. You know, let people know about like that whole, you know, as much as you want to tell about that
Yeah.
situation, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it was like I said, man. Two people work together for a long period of time. Changes of opinions. You're not working all on the same wavelength. You know, like sometimes you just got to bow out gracefully and then rebrand and start over. I don't know. I think that's the hardest part. You know what I mean? Like I could have stuck to my guns and been like, no, I'm going to keep this shit going and I'm going to take the ship and I'm going to make it happen. But I was like, I'd rather just go my own way, do my own thing, rebrand, start over. And I've done it. I don't know. I've done it pretty silently. I haven't gone out. I haven't talked shit. I haven't slandered. I mean, that's not really the way that, I mean, I'm not going to lie, bro. Old school cats, we don't talk shit. We just we move silent. We try to rebuild our shit. It's not all about fucking making waves, causing drama. It's letting your work speak for itself. You know what I mean? So all the people that used to follow me and used to run my shit, I mean, Instagram has a way of killing a fan base like super quick and deleting your profiles and keeping you down, you know? So you can't really hit those same people and those same demographics that you were. But at the end of the day, dude, I'm still doing the same work, using all the same genetics, all the fucking hard to get crap and all the same stuff I was doing before. And only difference now is my last line that I did that I'm doing right now is the puree line, because I found a super that I did a cheetah piss reversal a little bit ago. And yeah, bro, like I did this cheetah piss line and I hit this apples bananas and I found this fucking killer. It's like it's candy. Like everybody's like, oh, I want that candy gas, which let me be honest, that fucking destroyed the weed market now. Everybody wants lemon cherry gelato and they'll rename that shit 500 fucking times and lie to your asses and you keep fucking buying it. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? So I found a complete different type of a candy. It's got that candy gas, but it's like, it's different. It's unique. And I took like I said, it's the puree. It's the cheetah piss, apples and bananas. And I hit that to some really cool fucking elites. And it's really fucking fire. But like I have vendors hit me up and they want to carry it. But I haven't worked with vendors right now because my whole thing is I try to do the work first before I really put it out there in like large scale. You know, like I'll put stuff on my website and I'll move it at like a lower ticket to get it out there so people can grow it and see what it's about because I know it's fire. But until I have like all the legitimate pictures and shit, I don't really like I don't want to put it up with vendors yet. I don't want them to have to risk their investments yet until I have like a portfolio of the fire pictures and the content and what's going to actually make it easier for everybody at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That was something that I did with Envy back in the day. Was I always had pictures. I always had everything. I want people to have an idea of what they're getting when they're fucking investing their money. It's not so much about me trying to do a cash grab. I want them to be able to sell their fucking packs after they grow my packs, and I want them to make their money. So that way I have invested interest in their grows. For me, I love seeing the fucking product being bloomed out. One thing I do hate about the modern fucking weed kids, though, is they don't like to fucking tag you in their grows, bro. It's like pulling fucking teeth. It's like, look, I'm not trying to ask for crazy credit, but just I want to see what you guys are working with. For me, I like seeing that shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, definitely,
People
bro.
are crazy ego with it, bro. They don't want anybody else getting the credit but them.
Well, 517, and like if you look at all my past crosses of the last two lines, I don't even name my shit because everybody out there is gonna fucking rename it anyway and call it their own fucking pheno. So like all my new shit is basically like permanent marker by Puree, Skittles by Puree, because fuck it, like I said, you guys are gonna name it whatever the fuck you want. So at the end of the day, as long as you know the cross is what you want, dope, tag me in it, call it whatever the fuck you want, monkey dick. I don't give two shits. But you know, I still want to see it. I like being a part of the process. So.
100%. Listen, you're not, you know, all you guys. Listen, you guys that do breeding, that put out work. That's all you guys. A lot of you guys. I talk to Fresh Coast. Like, just tag me. I'll repost it. I'll fucking, you know, I'll comment on it. I'll like, you know what I mean? Like that's a huge
yourself.
thing.
There ain't no incense in my fucking terps, bro. So I got no incense where you at. No incense.
He's talking about incense still, bro.
No incense, bro.
That's one of the haze terps, bro. You got the incense metal and you got the fucking like lemon chemical haze. You know what I'm saying? That's the three types of haze.
What? Wait, what are you upset about something, Wreck Yourself? You saying this is all talk. What are you upset about, bro? Are you upset about something? I get talk to my dog about my problems. Tell me about genetics.
Dude,
He just
he's a little dick troll. He's a little dick troll, bro.
Wait, I know I actually met him.
Baby Carrot in the house. Baby Carrot in the house.
I'm not sure what he saw. I'm not sure what. Oh shit!
Oh no, he's referring to me because I'm saying things about, you know, people not tagging. So he's referring to me about me venting my problems.
This is what it's all about. Hey man, no, this is a plate. No,
hey bro, I
don't get
offended by that, dude.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, we could talk about whatever, you know. We had the breeder night already. This is like post breeder night. This is where we are just talking. And that's what we do anyway. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, hey, if you have questions about certain genetics that he has run, that he puts out, feel free to ask. He'll respond, you know, about his lines, about fucking anything like that. So, and I always say, you guys are willing to ask any questions you want. Ask questions, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you got over
But
there, brother? What are you growing?
All kinds of stuff. This is the blueberry pancakes right here. I got the Mo Wowie 3 right there, the Quivering Queefer. This one's a little fucked up at the moment, but it's the Wuhan Wonder, two Chinese heirlooms crossed together. The 78 Acapulco Gold, the Propane, Drop Funk 5, I got two of them. The Schmokin, I got the fucking, I can't even remember what that one is. That's the Thai right there, pure Thai. I got a variety of different stuff in here. The Frankenberry, the other Mo Wowie.
That's what's
Gotta
up.
have the variety.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
Thanks.
Legit lines. Legit lines. That's what's up.
Appreciate you.
No, that's cool. Yeah, wreck yourself. If you have something to ask, bro, ask away. Like, I have no problem talking about stuff that I've done or what I'm doing. I know you say you have the dankest skunk, so that's what's up.
it won't let me follow the Wolfpack's page, someone said.
Dude, like I said, Instagram fucks with me all the time. They always do. Like, I couldn't go live for 2 months. But they said that my profile was capable of going live. Remember I told you that recently, Dark? I was like, yeah, they wouldn't even let me go live. I actually had to write Instagram and they didn't write me back, but then all of a sudden they like unlocked my page again. So
I had that
here I am.
happen too. It's fucking for like a month because I commented the wrong thing. Like, bro, how do I get blocked from going live for commenting on someone's live?
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what's weird? I could see on my other account looking at the comments, that person's comment. I can't even see it on here. It was organic, pure nugs. I see your comment on my phone, but I don't see it on here. It's fucking weird, man. It's Instagram. It's fucking Instagram.
Yeah, it's crazy. Favorite breeder, dude? Man, that's tough. Like, I really liked Lonnie from Soulfire and the shit that he's done in the last couple of years. I remember first starting out when I was doing the Envy shit and he was coming up and he was doing a lot of shit with Exotic Mike, and we used to swap a lot of the genetics back and forth. I mean, I gave him the GMO back in the day that he used to make his Don Mega. That basically started him off on that. So yeah, I like I said, a lot of the shit that Lonnie's doing I think is really, really cool right now. I saw this stuff he did recently. Like I said, I don't really follow a lot of breeders, honestly, but I saw something he's doing right now that was called like a FX3 or some shit, and
Yeah, that
those
just came out. Yeah.
those things look phenomenal. I mean, every pheno that I've seen people doing on that, I mean, it's phenomenal looking. So I like the shit that he's doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, Exotic Mike, dude. I mean, like I said, he's one of the guys forever. I haven't ran a lot of his shit, but I mean, he's a mainstay. I mean, if you look at the shit, he's been around longer than me, and he's still like he's still one of those only breeders that are still smashing no matter where you put quality, apparently, because his fan base is massive. Told my last breeding partner, and we split. He couldn't wait one more year for skunk. Oh, well, I don't know,
Hey,
brother. I'm sorry. I'm sorry
yeah,
to hear that.
441. You can see his comments on there. Oh, I can see his comment. I saw that comment. I didn't see the last one. Fucking weird.
Exotic Mike is a frat boy. I mean, yeah, dude. He's a frat boy that has like 4 fucking airplanes.
Does he? I didn't even know that,
Bro,
bro.
bro,
I didn't know that
like
was the
I
extent of it.
remember, bro. Okay, I remember, like I said, when I was like 2 years into Envy, this was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. He had like 2 or 3 airplanes, bro. He has his own airplane hangar.
No
That fool
shit.
flies, bro. Say if he had to go to like Colorado for like a cup, he would fly there himself.
What?
Yeah.
I had no fucking
Like a
clue
paradise.
like
Bro,
that, bro.
he's one of those cats like that are smashing. Like
That's what's up, bro.
yeah,
Props.
I have no hate for somebody, and that for me that's just saying longevity, right? Like that's somebody
Yeah.
that can consistently do it over and over again, and he has enough people that believe in his quality. I mean, that's tried and true shit. So
Hell
I
yeah. I'm
definitely
all
respect.
about that, bro. Like
Ton of respect
fucking
for that.
hey. Not
Ton of
nothing but
respect.
respect. Hell yeah.
Absolutely,
You
absolutely,
you did it the right way.
absolutely.
Fucking you are where you are, bro. Like
I
people
agree.
should fucking respect that 100%,
The
you know?
first fucking cut I ran of his was that cookies and cream number 13, bro. That shit was back in the day. That was a hash monster. That thing, like, if you want hash, I mean, it grew kind of funky, straight up and down. Didn't put out crazy weight, but the frost and the hash that came from it was fucking second to none. Amazing shit. I think it was like a Starfighter and cookies or some shit. shit. I remember, but it was dank.
You know that's him right there, right? That's why I was talking highly about him.
That's not Exotic Mike.
I'm just
No, they
playing, bro. He looks like him.
got the same goggles
He
though.
looks like him, though.
They got
He
the same
does.
That's Exotic Mike after a bender.
That's there you go, bro. That's him right
How's
there.
I'm
that?
just joking,
Let's
brother. I'm
go.
just joking. I'm just joking.
No, you know, you do have like a resemblance though because of the glasses for
Uh,
sure. But I know people,
the,
we've joked about it before, so you
I've
know.
heard that before, yo, and like I literally met somebody because they thought I was Tiki because I look kind of like the Tiki's fucking
oh,
emblem too.
really?
So that was
Oh,
kind of
see, I
cool.
don't know what he looks like, but nah, bro, you got your own thing. Like for everybody, you got to stand out in this game, and you definitely do. So that's what's up.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
The
Yeah.
genetics I worked with, I mean, in Wolfpack stuff, I've done Gelato 41 reversals. I've done Cheetah Piss reversals. I did a Banana Cream Cake times Jealousy reversals. But the one that I did right now, like I said, the one that I'm pumped on, I feel like the Terps are like the best I've ever worked with is this Puree line. But it's not hype. So I kind of did this on purpose. I was like, look, I can keep reversing everybody else's shit and build other people's brands. And that's fine. Like, I don't knock that. But for me, I was like, I kind of want to take a step out of my own comfort zone. I want to find some of my own shit. Something that I did, and I want to reverse something that I did, and then hit some stuff and hit the hype stuff and hit some of my own selections and whatnot that you guys, you know, may be interested in. But I kind of wanted to put my own stamp on it instead of just slapping two other people's shit together and then saying, oh, it's mine. I kind of wanted to have something to do with it, you know? And like I said, the puree that I put in there, it's super fire. It ends like pink. It's got like a pink purple hue to it with these crazy red hairs, but like it's like straight candy, like candy gas. But when I say candy, it's not like Runts candy. It's something definitely unique. Yeah, it's cool. And whatever you put to it, like the frost is great, finishes in 9 weeks or earlier. But yeah, the Comprende, that was a really good one too. There's a lot of cool ass shit. You're not a breeder, you're a cold masher if you fin. Oh my God, bro. Who are you?
Why?
Like, I'm surprised Dark Star even let you hang around. You're that guy that goes to the club, hangs out in the corner, and takes pictures with other people's girlfriends, and then you put it on your page and say I banged her, and then my wife has to be like, bro, you're that
I
creep.
don't
You're the fucking
understand
creep.
why you're hating so bad. Is what I don't get, bro.
Bro, shit, dude. You're all you did when you came in here. You asked about frankincense and skunk terps, bro. Like, fuck off.
I'm not.
Shit.
I'm just curious what he did. Like, I have no fucking clue what the
Like,
hate's
why
about.
did like my thing is, bro? Why would tap him in, bro? Like, dude, he doesn't like you,
He doesn't like you for some reason. I don't fucking
bro. He
get
doesn't
it, bro.
like anyone. He was talking shit on the other guy, calling people liars. He was, you know what, bro? He was butthurt because it seems like he bought some fake clones from somebody, you know, and he got sent some fucking shit. I mean, I don't really know what he's doing
No,
here. I mean,
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I do not want to bring you up because I don't. I want this to be a positive. Like I'm not. I don't want it. I don't want it in here, man. That's not what it's about. You know. I want fucking positivity, bro. And I could. I just know the reality is by what you're saying, you're gonna come in here and not be positive, and that's not what it's about. You know, there's other places for that. Like you, there's definitely other lives where you get beat down and you can beat someone down. But this is not it. And I'm going to end this pretty soon anyway. And I'm just not going to do that. You know, I'm just not.
dude, I just
So
came in to fucking hang out, bro.
I know. I thought so too, bro. This is a friend of mine right here. Like, I'm not sure what
Well,
the.
I wasn't even on this whole breeder fucking
No,
showdown. You know what I mean? I just came
not at
to say what's
all.
up.
He was
Yeah,
just
we're
going.
just trying to kick it. I feel you, bro. You know, with
Yeah.
the terps, though, it's all about how you grow the plant. You could have the same plant and get a huge variety of different terp zones. So, I mean, like, just because someone gets one terp and someone else gets something else, it doesn't mean shit. I grew the GMO root beer. It was straight lemon zucchini, and the guy I got it from, it's straight sarsaparilla. So, I mean, it's clear. It's all about how you grow. So that ends all that terp conversation, and we get back to the goodness.
Crazy.
Yeah,
It's all good.
I'm not answering that right now. Sorry. And I have a moderator in here, and I'm pretty sure he just kicked him out. So, hey, man, sorry, bro, but not sorry. It is what it
I
is, dude.
don't get,
That's not.
like, why are you gonna come into a room if all you're gonna do is just talk shit?
Bro,
Like,
I was like, what? Why? Like, what the? I don't know, bro. I apologize, even though I don't need to. I don't know what the fuck and why he did that.
like I said, dude, he needs attention,
Yeah,
man. He needs
yeah,
attention.
like, wow, bro. He been doing that to these guys. See, Mr. Green Thumb's still in here. Like, he wanted to, no, dude, I had to call. I had to say something to him earlier and make a moderator. That's why I made that's why I made 401 the fucking moderator. It was because of him. And I'm not saying I have a problem with him, but I have a problem with the way he was acting towards the people that were in here tonight. There's no room for that. I don't
Well,
give a shit, bro.
and like
You know?
his biggest thing was like saying, like I said, I didn't do work and whatnot. Well, bro, like if you followed along when I did Envy, that's all I did. I did regs, and finally it came to the point where the market's screaming, all we want are fucking femmes. And it came, so it's almost like you got to give people what they want, otherwise you're gonna get left behind, right? So it's like, all right, well then I'm gonna take some of my own shit. I'm gonna make my own shit. You know what I mean? Do it my own way. But at the end of the day, bro, you can't make everybody happy. That's one thing I.
No, you can't make everybody happy. And there's absolutely no, bro, there's you got like I mean in-house was in here, bro. Most I mean you release regs too, so it's like there's so many people that do want femmes right now. People are making Tina. I could go on and on and on. So that was just uncalled for, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I'm not
That
worried. I'm not worried about it, dude. Like I used to get, and I still Here's the deal: you put yourself on this platform, you're gonna get shit. At the end of the day, like just know that. If you guys are out there and you're like questioning, do you want to make your own seeds? Do you want to be a breeder? Do you want to fucking put your art and work out there on the line? You're gonna get haters. Like that's totally fine. But at the end of the day, dude, don't heckle people. Like that's just some pussy ass shit.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like
You know?
exactly. Listen, we've had 100 people in here basically through the night on and off, and it's always one of them, bro. I swear to God, I feel like I say this every like Wednesday. There's always fucking one of them, and it's just like I don't get it.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. It is what it is. I'm not even gonna talk. We're just gonna let
Yeah,
that shit go.
exactly.
Whatever.
No, but yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, for me though, the puree line, I found it insane pheno, and I was like, you know what, I want to slap this shit with some other fucking hype stuff because I think it'll add some really crazy flavor and some terps, and it's definitely translating. Tons, like I said, the testers I still use, the two main testers that I use with Envy Days. I still talk to them all the time. They run all my shit. I get feedback from people that, like I said, they all have 100+ light grows that they're running. A couple of them are 1,000 lighters. I do a lot of stuff. I don't know if any of these people in here knew of a company called Fresh Baked. Well, they recently switched over because my buddy KRD owns that shit. He's basically the dude that made the apple fritter massive for Lumpy. So when Lumpy came out with the apple fritter, he gave it to my boy KRD. KRD was the guy that put it out in California and blew that fucking cut up before like anybody knew that when they all had it. That's where that shit. Well, they're out here now. The puree is cheetah piss and apples and bananas. So they were called Fresh Baked out here, and I was doing all the breeding for them. Now they switched over recently, and they just opened a new 1,000 lights in the rec market out here in Southern California under KRD brand. You can find them. They're one of my followers and whatnot, and I'm doing most and all the breeding for them out here. So the reason why that I've kind of taken a back seat to putting out seeds and really promoting it was because I've been making the new genetics and lines for the brands out here. But like I said, I'm going to get back into more of that stuff as far as putting seed packs and genetics out. It's just, like I said, I like to do things the correct way. I like to give people pictures of what they're going to see instead of just saying, oh, this cross by this cross and put like a weird fucking emoji. You know what I mean? And then like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's what the game turned into for a long period of time. And I'm just glad people wisened up to that because,
Yeah.
how the fuck can you tell what your weed is when it's just a fucking emoji of like an eggplant and fucking
It's wild, bro.
or some shit.
So there is two questions. What is the puree? What is the puree? What is the puree? Fuck, I can't talk. And that's from Mr. Green Thumb, who I had in here just before.
Puree is apples and bananas that got hit with cheetah piss pollen.
And then we have from the Keep.
The Kim tree blow. Fuck yeah, dude. That Christmas tree. So I got that shit when I was doing, I was breeding for a company down in Desert Hot Springs. And this is probably like 4 years ago. And they basically took on cookies. But it's a funny story. So I was doing work for these guys and they got to cut me off. So like I had a strain at that time called Orange Fuel and it was blowing up down south and they made billboards on it, right? So I'm driving down south to go pick up my monthly check from these fuckers. And I look on the side of the road down in Palm Springs and it's a big fucking poster of Orange Fuel by blah, blah, blah. And my name was nowhere to be seen. So I was like, okay, cool. So that very day I went into the veg room and I swiped all the new genetics that Cookies and fucking Seed Junkie and all those fools because they just did a new agreement with them. So I got all those new genetics from their nursery. So that basically was the original Christmas tree from selection from Seed Junkie. Super fucking fire. Super fire. But it just goes to show you, dude, fucking don't fuck over your friends because your friends can always find a way to fuck you over.
Yo, I see some funny shit, bro. It's like I don't even want to like. I can't even talk about it because you just brought up cookies and it just like something just popped in my head. And I used to see some funny shit going on lately, bro, but I probably should just not even talk about it, so I'll just leave it alone for right now.
No,
Sorry.
bro,
Sorry.
that's like fucking throwing a grenade in a room and running
I
away.
know, I
That,
know, I
that
know, I
one,
know.
what? No, it's like,
Well,
what are you talking about?
I'll keep it. I don't even mind too much, but I seen. Okay, so Gage Green, so Fang, dude. He put up this post, right? Like he's gonna sue. He's gonna do all this shit with Burner with cookies. That was like 5 days ago, right? And now I see him putting out a pack called Burner, bro, with Burner's face on it.
I've
Like,
seen that.
okay, well, I want to watch this shit go down, bro. Like, I want to. Oh, he put out a Fang pack now? No way, bro. Let's
So
go.
is Fang still part of Gage Green, or did he leave?
They broke that up
Okay,
and did their own two different companies.
got it. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Thing goes by designer now, and Jeff is the other guy. He goes by Keys of the Kingdom now.
What was his old page? It was something key play. That
Yep,
guy.
he played.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
got it. That's right. That's what's up. Well, that's cool, brother. So, any new dope breeders you bring on Dark Star? Any new people?
Um. So we just brought on the guy that was just on, so Thumbrint Genetics.
What's up?
We did just bring on some new autos from a guy. His name is Goonie Genetics because he's been around a long time. I know that he put the work in. I just figured we give people some different options like that. We brought on who the fuck, man? We just I think we're gonna start working with oh man, I can't even think right now, bro. For some reason, I feel like I've been sitting here looking at the screen way too
Rob,
long, to be honest.
you have.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Well,
no
that's
Fang
dope.
Pack somewhere. Yeah. Well, on the live, yeah. Sin City's going to come on the 28th, which should be interesting. We
Dude,
have
Sin
Flip Side
City,
Seeds.
man, that guy, fucking that blue power, dude. Still, that blue power is fucking dank. It's like a potent purple punch, like that gets you high.
I never tried the blue power, but I had the papaya power, and that shit was on fucking point, bro.
Yeah, well, dude, that blue power. I'm pretty sure that's part of that Sin Mint cookies. That's where fucking Seed Junkie got that fucking animal mints came from. That Sin
Yo,
Mints.
yo,
So
yo, MC, stop playing, bro. Stop playing. Stop playing, dude. Oh, wait, I want to pin it one more time. I'm going to pin it just because you said it. Oh, I don't know where it went. Yo, this dude right here, like fucking literally lost his shit, bro. Like put up a post with me and all the shit with Belief, whatever, dude. That I'm obviously I cut him off. That's just what blah, blah, blah. There's no reason even for me to talk about that. But I didn't meet the breeder with him before this shit happened, right? This guy down here, this lab coat genetics fool. Um, wanted to go back and he must have taken a screenshot of when I was in the live with him. This dude was supposed to come on one of these weeks, and all I told him was you got to wait. And the dude put up this post with me and Believe. This guy wants to let these like all this crazy shit, bro. Like fucking, you can't make this shit up when I'm trying to help people out. This dude's putting up super posts like that, bro. Fuck you, dude.
yeah, dude, that Belief shit was hard to believe. Boom, liar.
Boom, fired.
No, bro, boom, liar.
Boom,
No,
fired.
I say liar.
I said
Liar.
fired. I
Oh,
said
Yo,
fired.
liar. Oh,
go to
the D
YouTube and
again.
watch the imposter
The
video from
D.
Jim Carrey in
Yeah.
the '90s. Yo, that shit is on point. He's doing his
Bro,
Rasta voice the whole time.
honestly,
Gotta
like
see.
I could have told you guys from the get-go he was a fake. When I was doing Envy, that fucker would hit me up all day long asking me for testers, like, oh, I have all this space, give me some fucking seeds. So one day he finally begged me, and I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And I sent him literally a couple hundred seeds, dude. And like after like 6-7 months of never hearing shit from him, I was like, hey, bro, like, remember those hundreds of seeds? You said you had all this space? He's like, oh, dude, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you. I flipped them, and they were in like week 3 of flower, and all of a sudden, all of them died.
Oh hell no!
And
Bro, like
I
right.
was like, okay, dude, you could just tell me you threw them away. You didn't pop them. Your dumb motherfucking ass just told me they all died in like week 2 or 3 of flower. Like, how the fuck did that happen, dude? I'm sorry. And then I started hearing, oh, fuck, he fucks over Ross, and, Gorilla Butter F2 becomes White Truffle, and then Derek's fucking Sugarcane becomes, what was it, Pixie Sticks, or whatever the fuck that name that one was called. So I can only imagine how many people he actually did that
Yeah,
to.
he literally came on in here and said he hit up all the best breeders to try and be a tester so that he could make seeds from them and make his own company. That's literally what he said on the live.
Yeah, but see, for me, apparently, all my seeds died in flower.
Yeah, that's probably what he told everybody, so they wouldn't be able to do shit about it.
It's crazy, bro.
For
It's
real.
crazy. But yeah, I remember when that happened, and then I started seeing the guy go, and this white dude with the Rasta voice from the islands, near the beach, boy. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Like, you know, I just feel bad for the people that paid the money. Like, at the end of the day, you could have bought in-house gear for way cheaper.
That's the crazy thing. I mean, hey, bro, we all make mistakes, dude. Hindsight is 2020, all that shit. Like, you know what I mean? All I did was try because Ross was done. I talked to Ross about this. Ross was done at that point, and like to continue it, whatever was in my head, bro. I fucked up. I should have never
And it's
brought him
supply
on.
and demand. Everyone was
No,
wanting
bro,
that shit. You were like, oh, I guess I'm
Yeah,
gonna get it.
You
hey,
had to do
people
what you
were
had
buying
to
it.
do, bro.
People were buying it. I'm a bit like like I really want to be personal, and I don't want it to be like a business, but there's like that part of it where I still gotta support people, like, and his shit did sell, and the for everybody in here, like our setup, our deal, what we worked out was I never had money invested into it, just so you guys know. I didn't have a bunch of belief stock, because I knew, like, I sort of was always like weary anyway, because I knew, Ross and I spoke about him, and I talked about other people too. So the only way I was ever going to bring his gear on, and I told him this, was I listen on the site when you do drops, you send it out. That was it. So I mean, yeah, there's probably seed banks out there that fucking lost a lot of money and are stuck with shit and whatever and whatever and whatever. But I'm not one of them. I was smart enough to know, let's see what happens. And sure enough, dude, after 2 drops that we did with him, 3 drops, whatever it was, hey man, the shit comes out like it just does. People always show their
Bro, for
fucking true
sure.
colors, man. It just is what it is. So
Fuck over so many people before, like, until one person finally says, dude, enough's enough. Like,
you
you know,
know,
like, you don't pay me good enough to keep my mouth shut, motherfucker.
yeah, yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
just wild.
But like, you get what you get what you give, dude. And it was his turn, so
Exactly. And fucking karma's real. Like, I'm just saying, bro, I'm a little bit karma's
Yeah.
real. Like, I really believe what you put out into the world comes back to you, man.
Absolutely, dude.
And you deserve whatever you get. Put out positivity. Positivity comes back to you.
Oh, you muted yourself. There you go.
And even if it doesn't come back, it's just good to put good out into the world just because it makes the world slightly better in the ways that you're making it,
Dude, there's enough shitty stuff in this fucking spot. But the last place
Exactly right.
you should have all the bullshit is in fucking the weed game, dude. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's just trying to fucking pay their bills and take care of shit. Whether it's smoke weed, feel better, smoke weed, get happy, fucking sell your weed, pay your bills. There's no time for the bullshit. You know what I mean? It should be an overall pleasant experience.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I believe he got his. You know what I mean?
Is my girl on here right now or no? Did she come in here? Hold on, let me turn this off. Oh, sorry about that. Did she come in here? Nah, she's not in here. All right, cool. All right.
if you're smoking some good herb, like, you should be in a pretty decently happy mood. It should be pretty hard to pull yourself from the chill mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be some crazy shit.
But I think that guy was on way harder drugs than fucking marijuana. You know what I mean?
Honestly, that
But
dude's normally chill. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if he was just trying to ego battle you or what, or if it was just, he wanted. I have no idea, because he's normally chill and not like
it's
that.
because
It's very weird.
I called him Baby Carrot.
It's
because I told him he had a baby carrot, bro, in front of like 90 people, and he didn't like hearing. He doesn't want his fucking truth out there, like Belief didn't want his out there. But at the end of the day, I calls him how I sees him.
yeah. And I like to, I do the same thing, trust me. I be calling out people like, somebody that 517 actually is cool with, and 517, I be calling people out. I can't help myself, bro.
Well,
I can't
dude,
help
I mean,
here's the
it's
deal.
good to do that. You got to call out the bullshit, or else it just persists.
Either way, even if it's not,
Yep.
if you're gonna come and talk shit to me, I'm just gonna talk shit back to you, and then we can have a pleasant experience talking shit to one another, and then we can both shake hands and say, "Awesome, it was a fun shit talking experience."
For sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Well, fuck, dude, I gotta go feed my dogs, but it's good seeing you, dude.
Good seeing you too. Absolutely, brother.
Good meeting
Good seeing you.
you. Also, my friend 517. I'm gonna have to follow you after this shit. I
Yeah,
like
nice
your Hank
meeting you.
Hill. I like your Hank Hill in the background. Damn
Thank
it,
you.
boy. Damn it, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a strain called Propane, the Blissful Thunder
That's
times Guild
awesome.
Gorilla, and it definitely has it's spray paint gas eucalyptus terps. And if you grow it outside, it's more kerosene, but it's definitely on the fucking gasoline kerosene zone. I'll show you. I got it over here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah,
He
she's
works with a
actually.
lot of older strains, man. A lot
No, I
of
mean, but the older strains contain the fucking terps.
Hold on,
preservation
you
work.
can see the fucking trichomes on the
Yep.
fucking just chilling
Yep.
on the plant.
In
So
veg.
I'll tell you. You
Yeah,
probably know. You know
veg.
who Jaime Chiba was, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, a lot of his gear came from him. They were pretty tight.
Oh,
So
that's what's up.
that's where a lot of his gear came from.
No,
Yeah,
I mean that's like I said, that's where all the main terps are from the old school genetics. Everything else kind of gets watered down. You know what I mean? You'll definitely find the terps and you'll find the flavors in the modern genetics, but they're not going to be as prevalent as if you can find a lot of the heirloom, like legitimate heirloom. But like I said, finding the legitimate heirlooms is where it's actually hard. Everybody says they have what they have, but it's like just do the curtains match the drapes? You can say you're a redhead all night long, but we'll find out.
Let's go.
oh yeah.
I like that,
He has
bro.
a
We'll
wide,
find
That's
he
out.
has
right.
a wide
That's
range.
right. That's right. That is right. Yep.
Like we'll find that
Here's
shit out.
the skunk dropper.
Wilma. We'll find out, Wilma.
Hey, my girl's the redhead, man. Let's
He's
go.
like, and I guarantee
She's a redhead.
it.
She's a
Yeah,
redhead.
I've ran as Cambodian, as MTF, as Maui, the 80s Roadkill Skunk, the 80s Garlic Bud, the 74 MTF, the 78 Acapulco Gold. I ran all that stuff. I made regens of the Acapulco and the 80s Roadkill, and then I've done a bunch of work with the MTF, the Maui. I've done a little bit of work with the Cambodian. Oh, and I'm running the Wuhan Wonder right now, like I said, which is the old school Chinese, two old school heirloom Chinese crosses from them.
So what are like the longest plants you have? Like fucking like 18, 20 weekers?
16 to 20 weeks, and that's this Yoruba right here. Nigerian Yoruba Bantu.
So have you ever done a reversal on like a 20 weeker?
No, but I can guide a 20 weeker to finish in like 90 days or so.
Oh, that's what's up, just by lights.
Yeah, lighting, pot size, nutrient content, when I quit feeding them, the temperatures, and then also the lighting hours. So I do a combination of all these things. Oh, and the light spectrum. You want to have more orange too, because the blue is more of like a summertime, like pre-flower. You know what I'm saying? So I do all these combinations to speed up the flower, and it definitely helps.
Yeah,
And will
you know
say,
it.
like,
You know
by
it's disbanded. Let's go. Sorry, I just had.
will you say like by finish you'll still get like the same flavors and almost the same density and like bag appeal, or do you notice it
It's
like
definitely different on the terps, but you get the same density and the same trichome development. I would say but the terps also depending on how you're feeding it. The temperatures also change the terps and stuff. Like the Yoruba this time was like meaty, hashy, complex, and normally it's like hashy, but it doesn't have any meatiness, and sometimes it gets a cheesiness to it as well. Like it's very like it ranges based. A lot of them do, but yeah.
dude, that's what's up. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's dope how you can get like you said, you can get it to finish in 90 days, but then say you do a reversal with it, right? And you get it to finish in 90 days, but then the progeny are still going to be fucking 16 weekers. That's crazy. It
Yeah,
doesn't affect the genetics are the genetics, right? But the manipulation of the cycles, then the feed,
well,
everything, the
check,
light, whatnot.
check
That's crazy.
this out. I made this strain called the Cola Commander with my Chronic Cola and my Liquid Gold. It's right here. And this one, the dude that selected the clone for me, he he ran it in both living soil and synthetics. In living soil, wasn't done in 95 days, but in synthetics, it was done in like 65 days. So it was a huge flower time variance based on how he was feeding it too with that, and that was a different dude. Not even, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, disbanded real quick, man. It's boom fired. Boom fired. Like you out of here.
Go back to the islands, boy.
The island of Oklahoma,
Dude,
or whatever he says, dude. The
yeah,
Canada's. You've
you
seen
know,
the Canada's, right? That's just hilarious, bro.
dude, it's crazy. Like I'll have these people that a lot of my people that run my gear in like Europe, and whatnot, and they'll be like, "Oh, dude, I just got these belief seeds," and I'm like, "Dude, you heard about them? It hasn't really come that far yet." I'm like, "Yeah, dude,
Oh
he's
well,
been
yeah.
canceled in the USA."
What up, Frost Pops?
Yeah.
Yo, Frost Pops, I'm
That looks
coming,
fire,
bro.
bro.
I'm coming, man. I promise you, I'm coming up there, bro. Like soon.
That
It's
looks
very
fire,
soon. That Frost Pops got some good shit going on in Michigan. I'm looking forward to seeing him. So
That's
dude.
that's
that's
Polar
Everybody's in
Commander right there.
Michigan's like the new Southern California now.
yeah. Michigan is
Yeah,
definitely blowing up.
yeah,
So
it is. That's what's
yep.
up.
We all
I mean,
be over here.
no, dude, it's crazy over there. I see everybody over there now doing their thing. Everybody's going over there. I mean, that's what's up. Because I mean, not gonna lie, dude, California fucking sucks dick. So it's so brutal
I've
now. I
heard.
mean, there's no money in weed anymore. There's, it's everybody now. It's funny. It's funny now. Everybody's like, "Oh, where are the OGs at?" It's like, bitches, you told us you wanted fucking runts, like, and then everybody got rid of all their OGs, and now they're like, "Oh, where?" And the problem too is like now they want OGs, right? And they're like, "Oh, we want the dank OG packs, but we want to pay $300 less than we're gonna pay for a lemon cherry fucking pack." So it's like, why the fuck am I gonna grow the hardest fucking strains to actually produce fire with, and then you're gonna give me a huge fucking price cut? Doesn't work like
Like,
that, homie.
nope.
And I'm
Have
not gonna
fun,
lie,
bud.
like I like OGs. I'm a OG fan. Like I love actual fucking piney gas lemon terps, but it just doesn't pay the bills anymore,
Hey, it's
unfortunately.
supply and demand. That shit ain't around. If you grow it, you demand the price, and they fucking get what they get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Fuck that.
but that's the problem, bro. It's so saturated here. Like your neighbor's going to be growing something different. They're just going to go to your neighbor. I mean, I mean, and that's one thing I'll say too. With like, if you look at the seed game in general, back in the day, everybody was wanting to grow seeds. Everybody wanted something unique and something different. But along the way, with this fucking candy gas trend, like everybody wants to grow the same fucking shit. And you're just like, dude, whatever happened to people enjoying weed? Like, I feel like somewhere along the line, like the actual terps, like I'm not going to say that they don't to a lot of people, but to a lot of this new market that's just come up, they don't give a fuck about like versatile terps. They just want that one specific thing because they're just trying to move it to these bulk guys who just want to move boxes, and everybody wants fucking purple candy,
Yeah.
And I've been working against that the whole fucking time. I started stuff off building gear with brickweed, you know what I'm saying, back in 2011. And so I built lines from that, and I just been preserving that because that's what helps with my ADHD and autism. Like it helps me focus, function, and be myself. Whereas a lot of stuff, doesn't do that for me.
no
So anything that does is what I try and preserve.
Uh,
no I hear
yeah, 401 Cuba. I know you're trying to come in. I'm gonna be completely honest, bro. I'm about ready to end it right now. I'm fucking exhausted. Um, but hit me up. Hit me up in the DMs, Cuba. Like I want to. Yeah, I'm all about it, bro. But to be yeah, like I said, I've been sitting here since 8 o'clock, probably like 7:45, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I've been here like 3, almost 4 hours, y'all. I'm ready
no
to go. I'm ready.
But I will say that's the one thing for me that's tough is, all these people, they kind of want the same exact fucking terp profile, but it's like, dude, you don't want to get high anymore. I mean, that's what made weed fun. You're like smoking the different terps is what gets you to feel weed, right?
No
Otherwise, you're going to
shit.
tolerance. And then you're going to be like, dude, I smoked 10 different strains. They all look the same. They all smoke the same, but they all have different names, and I didn't feel
Oh,
shit.
can't
That's
stand that, bro.
fucking left
So I
cherry
say
gelato, motherfucker.
Right.
Like,
solid choice.
Exactly.
I'm using the cheetah piss to build the line with because that one's actually a really good cut. Super vigorous, great terps, great effects. Like everything's on point with that. A lot of hype cuts are not. That one's a great one. So
yeah,
nice work.
it has good shit, dude. And I mean, it breeds well. But I mean, one thing people hated, like the citrus terps, lost a lot of that fucking like that love. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I still love the fucking citrus terps. I love weed where you smoke it and you're like, damn, that tastes like a fucking orange. Damn, that tastes like a fucking lemon. Not like, what is that shit? It tastes like asshole in my mouth.
No, bro, you want to be like, I'm the type, I'm that person, bro. I'll be like, I see people fucking smoking and they're like, I'm like, that's not the way I smoke, bro.
Yeah,
I
you're like, you're a
smoke, you know what I mean?
crackhead,
I
bro.
want to sit there and be like, and be tasting this shit, but I'm a connoisseur. Like
It's
that crazy quick smoking shit, I don't even get
yeah,
that, man. That's not me.
Yeah.
experience. It's the
Oh no.
experience. Like when Gorilla Glue came out. I remember when that shit fucking first came out, dude. Like my buddy that owns Mills, my buddy Chris out here, he fucking had the cut, and this was back in the day, and he put it out here, and I remember that shit was making its rounds in Southern California, and dude, Gorilla Glue was so dank, and it still is. It's one of those strains that like doesn't matter if you grow it, like it's still fucking phenomenal. It's still great. It's frosty. It's sticky. It's one of the best breeding plants still around, bro. You hit Gorilla Glue to anything, it makes insane hybrids, dude, and it's just great smoke. You know, it's one of those that stands the test of time.
Hey, stupid poor person, I won't block you, but you shouldn't be talking shit either, bro. Like on Tony Green's post, I just have to point it out. You be saying some dumbass shit, bro. And I'm just saying, bro, I won't block you, but you keep talking dumb shit, like, bro, that's just wild, man. But whatever, teach their own. You do you. It's cool. But since I see you in here and I don't have you blocked, I won't block you. It's cool.
You're like, just so you know, my eyes are on you, motherfucker.
I'm just saying, bro. He'd be talking about fucking Ross and Coke and this and that. Like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's just like funny to me. It just is.
Yeah. Don't
funny.
make it personal, bro. Don't make it personal. It's like, unless you know that person, and if you know that person, fucking man up and go talk to that person. Don't do it online.
It's wild.
That's what
up,
bro.
guys?
It's
what
wild to
ruins
leave
it.
comments like that. You know, shit that's totally like bullshit, not true whatsoever. And that's the comments you leave. Like, it's cool. Like, you don't think people show me that shit or it gets back to me? Yeah, okay, bro. It's pretty wild, to be honest. Pretty
All right, bro.
wild.
Well, hey, I appreciate the fuck out of you guys, dude. Thank you for chopping it up. Like I said, I'm gonna go feed my dogs. One of them just keeps busting ass, so I know she's got a tummy ache. So I got to put some food in that hoe. But yeah, dude, thanks so much. And like I said, we'll fucking connect soon once I get a bunch of these pictures of the new shit, and we'll fucking do some stuff. But yeah, 517, I'm gonna follow you up. Let's fucking connect soon. I think what you're doing is
nice
fucking.
kicking it, bro. See if I can find. It's not even showing you in the room on here. It's so weird.
Well, Wolfpack Selections, man.
Yeah, it's Wolf.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
WOLF Packs with the Z562. I have to keep making new names all the time because they delete me as fast as I make them.
All right, y'all. Good
Sleep
night, man. Thank you,
well,
517.
brother. Take care of yourself.
Have a great
You too. We'll talk
one.
soon for
Later,
sure,
guys.
bro. Much love. I totally appreciate both of you guys. And that goes for everybody in the room. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Every Wednesday night we do it. We have, I don't know who's coming next week, but I know we got a whole bunch of good stuff coming for y'all, man. So before I fall asleep here, I want to be able to say goodnight to my girl. It is Valentine's Day. Much love. Y'all stay safe. And I think that's it, motherfuckers. I think we out of here.
Vena Vena Vici.
Peace.
Have a great one, everyone.
Good night,
Salute.
y'all. Good night, guys.